custom-built Vans Cosa Nostra Skate Park du Shell as the Vans Park Series arrives in France for the first time in VPS Tour history. The Vans Park Series Pro Tour is the premier stop for park terrain skateboarding, the fastest growing discipline in skateboarding today. Combining all aspects of culture, street, and transition, the Park Series is home to the most exciting show in skate. Fresh from back-to-back victories in Sao Paulo and Montreal, Indiara Asp is looking to carry her momentum to the podium here in France. But she will have to deal with her determined peers, Tour veterans Lizzie Armanto and Poppy Star Olsen, who are hungry for glory as they eye the World Championship podium. French skater Shani Brew will have the hometown crowd behind her as she attempts to take over Mami Tezuka's top spot on the Tour Challenger rankings. The purpose-built Legacy Park here in Shell is stocked with large features and unique lines and is another perfect host to the world's best park skaters. The fourth stop on the 2019 Vans Park Series starts right now.
Boys are throwing down out here.
Bonjour, skateboarders. Welcome to Paris, France for stop number 4 here on the Women's Vans Park Series Global Tour. Chris Cote here with Tony Hawk, and we're very excited to bring you the best women's park skating on the planet live from here in Shell, France, just on the outskirts of Paris, a brand new Vans Legacy skate park built here on the grounds of the Cosa Nostra skate park. Welcome everybody to Paris. Tony, we are going to be in for an incredible show of skateboarding. We've got the best female park skaters on the planet right here.
This is exciting. Brand new park. It's kind of levels the playing field, but everyone's stepping up. I can see even in practice for the finals, they're learning new tricks as we stand here waiting.
Yeah, we've already watched qualifiers, we've watched practices go down, and one thing that's been a steady throughout the entire Vans Park Series is the progression of women's skateboarding. We're seeing it event after event, just keeps getting better. Where did we start this tour? Well, we were down in Brazil at another Vans Legacy skate park built in Sao Paulo, and coming from there, we started in Shanghai, China, Sakura Yosizumi, and Sakura, again, just showing the world that Japanese skateboarders are here to stay. She put on an incredible show in Shanghai. Then we went down to the Legacy Park built 2 years ago in Sao Paulo, where Indiara Asp started her role.
That was exciting. And then we went to Montreal. Indiara continued her dominance, got first place there, and she keeps getting better. I'm just watching her. I literally just saw her do something new, like a slop fast one over the channel, while we're standing here talking. So she's on her way to a three-peat here in Shell, France.
Yeah, we could see history in the making if Indiara can hold off this incredible field. So it all comes down to this. After this event, we'll be setting everything up for the World Championships of Park Skateboarding in Salt Lake City. Vans is in the process right now of building that park, and that's going to be a park that will stay in Salt Lake for the rest of history, Tony. Forever.
It's so great.
Well, we can't wait to get this contest rolling. Now to get the vibe from the deck, let's go down to the one and only Dune. Chris Pastras, what's up?
Thank you, boys. I am super honored to be here in France for the first time ever with the Vans Park Series Tour. This is a country with such deep roots in skateboarding, including one of the blueprints of this type of flowbowl park that being Marseille, France, which was built in 1991. It laid the blueprint for what we're seeing here today. And we're here almost 30 years later, and we're seeing the most progressive year ever in park terrain skateboarding, including this women's final and the field. The park is fast. It's smaller than the other 3 previous parks, so it favors technical difficulty over speed and high airs. So we saw 10-year-old Kokona Haraki winning our semifinals. And Tony, I saw you taking some runs in the bowl. What's your thoughts on the park here in Shell?
It does feel like a giant mini ramp course, to be honest. I think if anyone skated Richmond Skate Ranch in the 1990-ish, you have a good advantage. I'm probably the only guy old enough to remember that, so I guess that was on me. But yeah, I wish I'd saw a little bit more vert, maybe in one section, but you know, that's where I'm from.
Yeah, you got to be well-rounded if you want to come get on Park Series and get wins here. As we've seen throughout the history of this entire series, you know, it's going to take a skateboarder that can adapt to the park at hand. And this, of course, is a family event. A lot of history coming into this with multiple families about to be represented here. We've got the one and only Grayson Fletcher with the man, Steve Van Doren.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Grayson Fletcher here. We're here at the Vans Skate Park Series, 4th stop, Paris, France. I'm here with Mr. Steve Van Doren, Vans himself. How does it feel showing up to the skate park, knowing it's going to be here for years to come?
Oh, it's an honor. It's an honor. Getting to see this skate park's been around for 20 years and meeting the owner and being able to add this for Paris is incredible. 8 years ago, kind of had the inspiration from Marseille, France, and here we are in Paris, France with the Vans Park Series. That's where we got the inspiration. Listen to the riders, what they wanted to see and what they wanted to do, and being here today and watching girls and guys really tear this course up. It's awesome.
It's been a blast, and how do you feel the skateboard vibe is here out in France? It's amazing.
No, it's great. Even with the rains that we got yesterday, they weren't showers, they were rains. Everybody hung around, drained it out, and off went the girls, and then the guys cut it late all the way till 9 o'clock last night. But the vibe was really, really good, and I think the more they get on the course, the better they like it, the more things you're going to see today in the finals.
And what do you think we got coming for us at the championships in Utah?
Yep, no, I think Salt Lake City is going to be stoked because we're building, Joe from California Skate Park's building another permanent skate park there. And so the winners from all over the world, the 5 different Park Series stops, going to end up in Salt Lake City for the Vans Park Series 2019 World Championship.
There you have it, Vans Skate Park Series, 4th stop, Paris, France. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Special thanks to you, Van Doren.
Thanks, Chris.
Back to you guys.
2 legendary families coming together right there, Grayson Fletcher and Steve Van Doren. So Steve mentioned it yesterday. The women had to battle through some rain delays to get to the semifinals and eventually get to our 8 finalists. So let's take a look at the qualifiers from yesterday here from Paris.
Here at the Vans Park Series, the 4th stop, right here in lovely France.
So while it's been Brazilians mostly dominating the top spots in men's and women's, you've got to give it up to our Japanese crew coming correct, getting 4 of 8 skaters into the finals today.
I'd say they're the most disciplined. I got here at 9 a.m. They were all already in full swing, and they were the only ones here on the course practicing.
Yeah, it's been like that all week. The Japanese crew has been putting in the hours here, and it's paying off. Well, this is how we like to kick off the finals. This is a fun part of this broadcast. It's who to watch. It might not be who we think is going to win, but it's who we're excited to see skate today. And we always start with Tony Hawk. Go.
Okay.
No pressure.
Well, I'm going to skip the obvious. Lizzie Armanto. I picked her last time, obviously.
That's
she's
always
one of my
the pick.
favorites.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with Poppy Star Olsen because she hasn't been in every event, and I can see her strength. She lands really good, always keeps her speed up through the course. She uses the entire park. And she does this invert style where she kicks her back foot out, kind of bones the tail. And I used to do that in my teen years. I called it the Empire Plant. And when I recognized that, she's carrying the torch for that trick, I got to pick her. There you go.
Skaters, take note. If you want to get Tony Hawk's attention, kick out your tail on your
Exactly.
inverts.
That's all it takes.
Well, I'm picking a 10-year-old skateboarder who's made the finals against some of the world's best. 10 years old, Daniela Terol Mendez from Barcelona. There it is again. She's 10 years old. Let that sink in. She's absolutely ripping. She's a rapid-fire trick machine, and I think we could see this young skateboarder out of Spain take out some big names here in the finals. We'll have to wait and see what Daniela does. From there, let's go down to the deck. Chris Pastris, who you got?
I like those picks, boys, and I am going with Mami Tezuka for a few reasons. She's been making finals at just about every single event in 2019. She placed second here in semifinals yesterday, and Mami has great style and super good Smith grinds, so go Mami.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say Mami probably has one of the better Smith grinds of the entire field, men or women. Just watch that back foot.
It's very unique. Actually, you can take a silhouette of that and know it's her. So that's hard to do these days.
So into the finals here. Again, this is stop number 4. So at this point, we know what we're doing. Our format is set. We've got our judges over here ready, and this is where we get into it. The finals comes from our field. We make 2 savage cuts in the qualifiers to get to our top 8 skaters here in the semifinals. They will each get 4 runs, 40 seconds max. Skate until you fall. If your foot goes down on the coping, that's a fall. Our judges are watching closely. You will get a first wall rebate on your 4th run only, where everything resets. Will we see that Hail Mary today, Tony?
I hope so. I feel like that's their little best trick event in their last run. We don't see them utilize it that much, but once in a while something happens, and it's the best trick of the event.
Maybe before they start, you can turn around and yell at them to use
Let's see that best trick.
Best trick. And
Yes.
of course, it's the best one run counts. So the judges, again, making sure that these skaters are consistent. They want to see a full 40-second run and use the whole park. Kisa Nakamura, Lizzie Armanto, Kihana Ogawa, Mami Tezuka, Daniela Terol Mendez, Indiara Asp, Poppy Star Olsen, and Kokona Hiraki. Again, the obvious there. Team Japan coming through with half of the field being represented. But what I love here is you've got newcomers with Daniela, 10 years old, going up against vets like Lizzie Armanto and everything in between. And I think we're going to see some very eclectic, unique skating from all of our 8 finalists. And I'll tell you, the judges have their work cut out for them as usual today.
Yeah, this park is extremely challenging, especially trying to keep your speed up, going from deep to shallow, and working those mini ramp tricks.
Here we go. We're going to start with pure power. This is Kisa Nakamura from Kobe, Japan, 19 years old, has had wins on the Vans Park Series Tour before. Today could be her day. Here we go.
Starting strong. See, right here is where it's hard to keep your speed up because you're going from the deep end to the shallow, but it seems like it's no problem.
And where are the hot zones that you've seen used in the park?
I'd say right there on that little hip, but usually they go the other direction, so she actually went the hard way on that, doing the boneless. And of course over this love seat. That seems to be the boneless bank. We're just going to call it that from now on.
Always. We always have at least
I'd
one
say
boneless
80%
bank.
of the tricks on that are boneless ones.
You know, we've seen a handful of skaters going, you know, low to high, high to low off that big bank, but you're right, for the most part, the boneless bank. So Kisa Nakamura always super consistent, and this is going to be where the judges are going to kind of lay out their scoring level for the day. 75.87, solid start.
Pretty solid, yeah. I mean, that was the very end of her run there, that bail, but that score would be improved if she had made that.
And I'm shocked, I'm impressed. A 10-year-old skating into the finals, incredible improvement from 2018. The rapid fire trick machine is ready to start. Here we go, this is Daniela Terrell Mendez from Barcelona, Catalonia, Spain.
I gotta say, my daughter is 11, and she skates and she sees all the events and things, and rarely does she speak up about anything, but she saw her skate yesterday and was like, wow, she's only 10?
Yeah.
Here we go, 360 over the spine, little, slow, saving it with the squat. And that's the beauty of being that age. You can save stuff with a squat. Unit, front side invert 540. That was the very first 540 ever done on vert. That trick right there.
In what year?
Billy Ruff, 1980, maybe 81.
So a long time before Daniela was born.
Yeah, a little bit.
Thought of.
A few years, yeah.
I love.
Probably before her parents were born.
I love to see, you know, it's crazy when you watch her skate and then you see the visual of her at the park, getting the family love there. That's a cool moment for Daniela. A 73 to start. It's a hard transition when you see a woman like Kisa Nakamura, power skater, goes super fast. And then you go and see Daniela, who is going to have a hard time kind of stepping up. But Lizzie Armanto, Santa Monica's finest, an absolute vet here at Vans Park Series. She's been ripping through practice and semis. Here we go.
I saw her changing her lineup just minutes before this, trying to figure out this bowl. And this is where she changed up her line from yesterday, frontside 50 to backside air there. That wall has no vert on it. And so if you're a veteran vert skater, you've got to approach the lift off like a mini ramp. And that's really hard to sort of change your thinking and your whole style into.
Yeah, for Lizzie, I mean, known for that just absolutely perfect backside air. A rarity to see her fall on that trick.
I mean, that's more like riding a bank than a vert wall.
Do you almost have to grab slightly earlier than you normally would?
Either that or you got to have a really good snap, like a backside ollie snap.
Indiara Asp, back-to-back winner. Can she get the three-peat? This is her first run. Full 40 seconds on the clock for Indiara.
She's got those Smith grinds dialed.
That's
the boneless bank.
a prerequisite for a Park Series. You have to have a good Smith grind.
Oh, wow, 50-50 fakie. That's a risky move right there. Wow, that is her signature trick. Layback air.
Indiara usually super consistent right there. She falls with still about 10 seconds on the clock. So you just need to get some spray paint. Tony, go down there and just put boneless bank. Maybe Jocelyn
Boneless
wrap
only.
bones on there.
I think we're like 4 for 5 right now.
Oh, trust me, Salt Lake City's gonna have a boneless bank. You can bank on that.
Wow.
Dad joke. All right, coming up next, Kihana Ogawa, skater representing Japan. Of course,
Whoa, foot coming off.
Japan has seen a huge interest in skateboarding and surfing with the announcement that skateboarding will be in the Olympics, and it's
Wow.
very clear that it's important to Japan and to skaters from Japan because we've seen the level, the numbers rise so quickly.
Yeah, that's half the field in the finals there are from Japan. Kihana had a little shaky start there and just couldn't get into the groove. I was surprised she made it that far just based on where her feet were the whole time.
When you land sketchy like that, your throat, you know, your stomach goes into your throat. Poppy Star Olsen, she's won every contest in Australia. Can she do it in France? She's 19 years old, plenty of experience. See what she's got here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of speed for those small walls right there. Boneless. Oh, 5 over the love seat. That's hard to see from that angle, but there's a danger zone right below that. You gotta grind over. There's that invert.
Poppy made a name for herself in deep bowls like the Bondi Bowl. It's nice to see her be able to adapt here.
Oh, frontside air revert. That's it. Call that a full pull. I don't think that lip slide bail is going to count. The clock ran out before that. Solid run, though. There you go. There's that invert with the tailbone.
Called it the Statue of Liberty.
I used to call it the Empire Plant.
Empire Plant. Totally different building. My bad. We could call it the Eiffel Plant, being here in Paris.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know what? Let her have it.
Yeah. You can rename it.
Eiffel Plant.
Mami Tezuka. Fingers crossed that we get to see one of the best Smith grinds in the business. And
wow,
she's got a hell of a feeble grind too.
Yeah. That's no joke. That trick is hard anywhere.
Ooh. That death box is no joke.
I don't think she planned on that exact line right there, that landing.
Oh, there it was.
Off, but there's that Smith grind. And then here we go, front side, axle stall, front side grab in.
And I had to go investigate for myself that Vans logo. It's metal, it's slick, and it's only about 4 or 5 inches wide. So to get anything on that obstacle or logo, I mean, whatever you call it, it's scary. So
I can tell you from experience. It's
yeah, you had a
slick.
fun experience there this morning.
Yeah, my tail slipped off and I rolled my ankle.
There you go.
And that was the end of my practice session.
Sometimes you eat concrete for breakfast, sometimes it eats you. So Mami Tezuka.
That's it. I only saw her make that axle stall once in practice, so she's not holding back for the finals.
Well, yet another 10-year-old, Kokona Hiraki from Hokkaido, Japan. I mean, she is rad. She is beloved by her competitors. Smiling, just a cool little punk rocker from Japan.
She's the master of nose grinds, as you'll see probably near the end of the run. There you go.
He called it. And nice
Didn't
to
even
not
do
see a boneless.
And then right there, backside nose grind through the corner. Boneless. Wow.
Whoa, Kokona coming through with the tech.
Landing like a downhill racer on her board. Wow,
What a run.
good run.
So the high score
have a
for
new
now
leader.
is 79.10 for Poppy Star Olsen.
That's going to change right now.
So that was what you feel like the ideal mix, right? I mean, of speed, flow, proper tricks.
I mean, that's what she came here for, that entire run. So I think that's, as of now, going to be her best showing, and I don't know where she goes from there.
Straight to the 80s, 82.37 for our
There you go.
10-year-old out of Japan, Kokona Hiraki, setting the bar to the next level. Generally the, low 80s, mid 80s being the scores that will get you on the podium for men's and women's. Kokona right there. Love to see that on her first run too. That really will amplify the level needed by all the skaters in the field.
Yeah, that sets the tone. It's like, hey guys, don't hold back.
This is no cruise. You have to battle.
Yeah, it's got to be your best run, regardless.
So as always, we have a expert panel of judges, the best in the business. They're looking for all these things right here. The judging criteria, they want to see you go fast. They want to see this line right here. Emphasis on distance traveled. That's what differentiates a Park Series event from many other events in the world because, yeah, you got to do big airs, you got to do grinds, but you got to do them far, you got to do them high, you got to do everything with style. Linkage is key. Hit every wall. And I'll tell you, the judges are definitely watching all the subtleties. They're watching footwork. They're watching everything.
But number one rule, make your run.
Make your run. They want to see a full 40-second run. I thought you were going to say have fun.
No,
No
not in the
fun.
finals. Have fun after. Oh, air to fakie, switching it up. Kisa with
There
that
we go.
boneless over the gap.
That's a variation of the common boneless. Which we like to see. The judges like to see that as well.
Oh no, that backside boneless is giving her trouble.
I was just about to say, Kisa taking note to get the full run in, and she falls with 2 seconds to go. That will count, and that's the last thing the judges see. So, of course, they are humans over there. That's going to be the reaction when they see a fall at the end of the run. It's going to drop the score, no doubt, for Kisa. 76.33 coming through for Kisa Nakamura. It's enough for third place, but you know her. She likes to be in the 80s.
Yeah, I don't know. She's kind of obsessed with that boneless one, the backside boneless, and I would tell her to just do something else to finish out the run.
So not only heavy representation from Japan, but also heavy representation from 10-year-olds. We've got 2 of them here. Here's one of them, Daniela Terral Mendez from Barcelona. Street skating capital of the world, maybe?
Oh, there we go.
It's great to see a park skater coming from Barcelona.
Everything she's got, trying to get that speed. There's that unit. Frontside invert, 540.
Why not throw the arms up midway through your run?
I'd claim a unit.
Get the crowd going.
I'd claim a unit just for that one trick.
I would love to be able to do that trick.
Backside 360. Oh, hanging up. She's always on the verge of hanging up on those 360s. That's why she squats it out. So I'm not surprised that it's at the end of her run. She's tired. It's hard to get that much speed. But she usually makes it. There you go. That front center 540. Invented by Billy Ruff in 1981, I believe.
At Del Mar Skate Ranch?
Del Mar Skate Ranch.
For Daniela, score drops a little bit, 67.40. That's a hard thing for young skaters, is getting speed without making it look like you're trying really hard to get speed.
Yeah, I don't think there's any shame in using everything you got to get that speed.
Exactly. Lizzie Armanto now, currently sitting on a 44.13.
Lizzie doing a safety carve over the love seat. This is where she shines in the deep end. Long frontside 50-50. Madonna.
That's where we talk about emphasis.
Eggplant looking good. There we
Emphasis on
go.
distance of
Backside
grind.
grail. Lizzie just shuts down the deep end. Nice frontside boneless over the channel.
That was rad.
She's gonna run out of time here.
3 seconds.
Ooh, ollie to tail, and that's gonna be it.
Time right there for Lizzie Armanto.
There's the Lizzie we know and love. Shining in the deep end right
Lizzie
there.
looked like she was freestyling a little bit, like wasn't really sure she was gonna end up there, but had the tricks, like right there, had that in her back pocket, boneless over the channel. I don't know if that was planned.
And I tell you, just in my little investigation of the park, there are a couple things in this park that don't want to mess with. That channel's one of them. Thing's gnarly. I mean, it is way bigger than it looks. And while it is kind of this kind of mini ramp feel, that is an obstacle that will take you out.
It's kind of a vert wall, and you can hang up very easily.
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
Well, the difficulty pays off for Lizzie Armanto. 84.03. Here we go, NDR Asp.
Nice.
Representing
Jack
Florianopolis.
Smith.
Mandatory boneless.
Oh, slop fast plant over the channel. There we go. She needs, 50-50 to fakie. That is such a risky move because your wheels can stop you and your feet came off and you're straight to the bottom. Oh, trying to do a frontside feeble, missing it.
Yes.
And doing the wall plant. Look at that. That was a serious recovery.
That's a run that we're more used to seeing from India. Her first run was a 64.63. Pretty good. Definitely going to better the score there. Right there.
Solid slot fast plant, and then with that wall plant, no one's using that Vans logo yet.
There's no safe way to do that trick on that Vans logo either. There's a lot that could go wrong. Breaks up into the 80s, an 80.03 for Indiar Asp. That's enough to get her into third place. Right now, the score to beat, set by Lizzie Armanto with an 84. Here we go, Kihana Ogawa, 40 seconds on the clock.
That's a hard run, risky run to go over the love seat and then over the channel. You got to sort of switch angles as you do that. Oh, blunt slide, watch out.
Love to hear
Stepping
that.
it up here.
Love to hear the skirt. And again, the judges, they want to see if you're going to do a blunt slide, slide it like that.
Oh, 5-0 to Fakey over the love seat.
Totally
Rihanna's
different run.
She's got some bangers in here, but she spent a lot of time getting from point A to point B, so we'll see how the judges take that.
That last trick was kind of right on the edge.
But there were
Solid run, though.
about 3 tricks that were far and above anything we've seen so far. Although she spent, like I said, the rest of the run kind of trying to get there. But that 5-0 to Fakey is no joke right there.
And there's a lot that can go wrong when you're doing that trick, especially over a love seat like that. Score comes through.
Danger factor.
Well, the crowd giving Kihana love before they know the score. Now the judges are thinking about it. High technicality on that run. You got to put that run up against what Lizzie Armanto did. Lizzie looked like maybe a little bit more speed, but on the
I would
tech
just say,
side,
yeah, I'd say the content was more there. That's about what I would line up. She 82.47.
right there, enough for second place for Kihana.
I would agree with that scoring.
Poppy Star Olsen started off with a 79.10. Skater out of Newcastle, Australia.
Nice, backside ollie over the gap. Oh, Indy off the love seat. There you go.
I swear she heard you talking about that, and she just keeps doing it
The
better
more, the
every
more
time.
speed that she gets, the better it gets. So I'm hoping for a true Empire statue coming up. Or sorry, Tour FL. Whoa, cab to feeble there, and then lip slide. Poppy stepping up the difficulty factor on that run. That should up her score for sure. It'd probably get her into the 80s.
I think that was one of the fastest runs we've seen yet.
Oh, it didn't catch that judo there.
Again, a huge part of Van Spark series that we've seen from the jump of this global tour is skaters mixing old school tricks with new school tricks. And you see almost every other trick, one being a throwback, one being, you know, something brand new. 79.43 for Poppy Star Olsen. Mami Tezuka started with a 69.97. She's starting her run as she did on her previous run. She's got to clean up the finish here.
Wow! I can't even describe how close she was to falling right there. She missed a 50-50. That's almost certain doom when you're in the finals especially. And she managed to keep it on the wall. Nice signature
All day.
Smith
I can watch
grind.
that all day.
She was going to go for that axle stall, the Vans logo, just didn't have the speed. I don't think that she expected to get the kind of speed off of Smith grind, but had to take a chance.
One of the few skaters that you will see smiling from the beginning of time to the end of time, and of course after her run, even though she got a 56.17, she kind of had to laugh at herself right there. Got a little confused at the end of that run.
Second run, Kokona
Haraki. Mami will have 2 more opportunities to improve her score. This is Kokona, who is sitting on an 82.37, currently in second place.
Oh, nose grind. So she just learned that in practice. I saw her make it maybe 3 times, but you knew she has to go to that difficulty level just to get stay in the top 3.
We could make the sickest Voltron of skateboarding if we just took the specialty tricks from a few of these skaters.
Sure.
You got Mommy's Smith grind. You got the nose grinds from Kokona. I mean, we could really create something special here. I don't know if that's possible, but
We'll get him in a mocap session and make it happen.
there you go. So Kokona Haraki just comes through with a 27. So
Hey, look, there's my
ups and
family.
downs.
I didn't know they were here yet.
Oh yeah.
I see them now.
They made the guest list. All right, here's your current standings. Lizzie Armanto in the lead with an 84.03. Kihana Ogawa making it close, sitting on an 82.47 right there with Kokona Haraki with an 82.37, your top three so far. Now let's go down to the deck. We've got Chris Pastris with the legendary Christian Asoy.
Yes, so honored to have one of the founding fathers of park terrain pool skating, Christian Asoy, here with us. Christian, what are your thoughts so far at stop number 4 here in France?
It's incredible. I mean, the park here is super fun. It's kind of a more relaxed bowl so that they could really do technical tricks and draw their lines. I think it's going to be up to their personalities and character that's going to take, them to that next level, and how they adapt and how they, really just bring their own flair to the bowl. And I think that's what's so good about a bowl like this.
Speaking of flair, I saw you giving advice to your team rider who's currently in second place, Kihana. What were you saying? What kind of advice were you giving her?
She was just, how did I do? And was that what I need to do? And I was like, that's exactly what you need to do, but you need to land your last trick. You know what I mean? It's about finishing strong. You have to leave a strong impression, even if it's after time. It doesn't matter. It's about finishing your run. And that's what makes the difference between the ones that go the extra mile and those that are just trying to get it done.
All right, and now we have the honor of you helping us call some of the action, Christian. So we are about to move into competition. There we saw Kisa Nakamura finish a run.
It's incredible that Japan is just so strong with their ethics and how they're really training to skate, and they're picking the right tricks to do. They're drawing lines. They're doing tricks that are technical, but also flowing and going fast, which I think is how skateboarding should be done.
Yeah, and
then you see a little girl like Daniela, who's super small,
coming out of Barcelona.
But
how do you explain this 10-year-old phenom?
Her pumping, her heart out just shows the sheer determination that it takes.
And what about her doing a unit, a trick invented in 1981, and she's only 10 years old?
I think it shows, what they like. Trick selection is what they like, and I like that it becomes a personal attachment to a trick, and that's what makes it sweet.
Yeah, Daniela, great, amazing skateboarding right there.
And
Skating
she's
like
having
a true
fun.
veteran. Yeah,
and she's having fun.
So, and I see you coaching on a lot of other girls beyond your team riders. What's a common theme you tell them when they're about to drop in or when nerves are getting the best of them?
Well, when I look at their runs, I can imagine what they're thinking about, and then I kind of try to walk them through the being comfortable.
Woo!
That
Lizzie
was
hanging
incredible.
To that stalefish. And what do you think it's like for Lizzie to be a veteran, only in her 20s in this field?
I think, Lizzie has really pushed the bar on the whole package. She is not only a great skateboarder, but she's a great ambassador.
100%.
For the sport, and to give these girls the inspiration they need to be able to climb the ladder of success. And it's not just skate good. It's about, being professional, picking your sponsors, having your own style. And it's about having your own style. I always said back in the day, man, do you.
You heard it from the style master himself, Christian Asoy. Thank you so much. It's an honor and a pleasure. Back to you boys in the booth.
Appreciate it.
Right on. Thank you, Pastris. Always hyped to have Asoy here on hand, not only to describe what we're seeing, but also to help the women's field step it up. And that's what we're seeing right now. Lizzie Armanto comes through with just a 55.7. She's going to sit on that 84 for now. But here we go. Indiara Asp. Straight into it.
Indy, this is looking like the same run we saw last time. See if she can step it up a little bit with this frontside feeble. She really wants to do that into the wall plant, and that'll probably eke her score up a little bit.
As it stands for now, she's sitting on an 80.03, currently in 4th place. She'll have one more opportunity. Interesting final here, because I feel like these skaters are still kind of figuring out this park, but you better get on it now. Because
usually by the 3rd and 4th run, that's when we see people really stepping it up. The score is increasing. the hype's increasing, and I feel like the best runs we saw in the beginning.
Your current second place skater with an 82.47. And that was on her second run. This is Kihana Ogawa.
That's a good line right there. A lot of tricks packed into a small section. Oh, slide. Someone waxed that thing between runs.
Yeah, she got that blunt side clean on her previous run. The judges loved it. Gave that score an 82.47. She's going to come through on her third run with a 43.90. I'm seeing some erratic scores here. It's kind of all or nothing. You know, we see that with Kisa, who had a 76 and then a 48. Everybody's got at least one solid score on the board and multiple throwaways. So can Poppy Star Olsen get things together? She's sitting on a 79.43. It's a good start. Here's where you got to really turn it up. She only has 2 more opportunities.
Well, she's capable. She's got the speed. Just that right there, backside ollie over the channel. We're not seeing anyone else do that.
Pretty clear speed difference. I mean, Poppy starts flying around this park.
It's looking good so far. Invert to backside air in the deep end. It's that judo. Oh, fast plant. Oh no, right at the end, frontside air revert.
That run was
gonna step up.
Run
yeah, that was gonna step up her score a little bit. I'm really enjoying the speed I'm seeing from Poppy Star.
I mean,
you can actually see that Poppy has to slow down in some sections, which is rare. That's like a Pedro move.
Yeah, 70.27 for Poppy Star Olsen. And again, if she had finished really only with 5 seconds left, we would have been seeing a score up in the 80s. So with a 69 and 56, Mami Tezuka, she's got to skate for a full 40 seconds here. Till she's increasing.
Oh no!
That was scary.
I don't know how she saves all these 50-50s.
Charging.
Backtrack off, I don't care. I'm still going. Here we go. She wants that axle stall.
Get it.
Got it, right there. Landing in a squat. That's a solid run right there. I don't know if it's gonna beat Lizzie, but that's what she came for.
Top 3 run?
Oh, for sure in the top 3. I think she's battling for first or second right now.
Mami Tezuka right there played her greatest hits. She got frontside and backside Smith grinds. And
But
really
that axle stall up on the logo is kind of next level, especially for this event.
And it's a point of difference because no one else has messed with that thing except for Indiara.
With good reason.
All right, here we go, the waiting game from Mami Tezuka. Really doing everything the judges wanted to see, and she's rewarded with an 83.20. Gets up into second place. Knocks Kihana Ogawa to third and Kokona Haraki into fourth. We still could see a clean sweep from Team Japan. They got to fight off Lizzie Armanto right now, who's currently in the lead. This is Kokona Haraki, 10 years old, from Hokkaido, Japan.
So I think we're gonna see, we're gonna see a nose grind over that love seat.
I was just about to say nose grind master.
That's where she stepped up the difficulty factor. This is her last run, so it's all or nothing for her. Oh no, this is her third run, sorry. Kickflip over the hip, got it, super clean. Ooh, frontside rock, just as a bonus.
8 seconds left, so far so good.
Looks like she's kind of losing her speed here. She needed a stronger finish to try to get in that top placing, but that was a solid run.
If she can fit that last nose grind into that run. Well, the crowd loves it. Kokona's loving it. The crew's feeling it. Now it's all up to the judges. What do you think? Are we looking at another top 3 run?
I think so, yeah. I mean, that nose grind over the love seat is no joke right there, and then solid kickflip over the hip. She just needed a couple more tricks at the end there to solidify it.
Oh, here's the reaction from an 87.50. Wow. The judges have spoken, knocking Lizzie Armanto into second place. So what did the judges see there to amplify that score all the way into the lead, 3 points higher than Lizzie Armanto?
I think it's that the nose grind and the kickflip combination that really shot her to the top. I'm a little shocked. I didn't think it was going to be that high, but clearly there were some bangers in there.
I got to hand it to all of these skaters. Do this. Here's some homework for all of you watching. Go to your local skate park, set your timer for 40 seconds, and try to do as many tricks as you can do. And then do that 4 times in a row. See how you feel. These are skate warriors here. All right, back to the top of the lineup. Last run for Kisa Nakamura. No need for that first wall rebate. She's straight into it.
Nice. That air to fakies, really good right there. Here we go. Boneless off the bank, and then, wow, little backside tail slide.
10 seconds.
Oh, missing tail slide over the love seat.
Wow, usually super consistent. Kisa Nakamura unable to crack into the 80s there. 76.33, her highest score. That last run most likely will not play a role in getting her to the podium. It comes through a 73.70. So Tony, no use of that first wall rebate. I thought you were going to yell at the field. You can still do it.
I don't want to influence their decisions.
Yeah, okay. All right, 10 years old from Barcelona, Daniela Terol Mendez. She needs an 87.51. She gets a crowd going, some showmanship to start. All right, we could see a first wall.
No.
We do not. First wall, first trick. However you want to call it. Daniela didn't use it.
She's sticking with the same line that we saw earlier. I think she, oh my goodness, that back foot was deadly right there. Good save though, and then right here, 360, just not enough speed. She landed with her back foot off, kind of spent the rest of the time fixing it, and that killed her speed to try to go over that 360.
Well, a huge accomplishment from a 10-year-old skater out of Barcelona, Catalonia, Spain. Do not forget this name, Daniela Terol Mendez. Well, she won't let you forget it because she's going to be around for a long time. Ripping, getting better and better event to event. We've already seen a vast improvement from 2018, and that's what it's all about, making the family proud. All right, now it's up to Lizzie Armanto. Knows what it takes to get herself into the mid-80s. Can she do it again?
I think so. I think she's got to figure out a couple of different moves here. I mean, Lizzie knows more than anyone, you can't just stick with the same line. Oh, wow, coming in early on that frontside 50-50, but still making the backside air. I think she kind of lost her speed. Oh, there you go, 5-0 transfer. Oh, missing the people to fake you on the corner. That was going to be a strong ending.
That would have been a solid finish, but you saw just a couple of squirrely landings.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it sabotaged maybe 1 or 2 tricks, but that was going to be an ending like we haven't seen.
That was just, competitive smarts there, knowing that she would have had to have a big finish. But still, an 84.03 for Lizzie Armanto. That's going to be the score she'll keep. So as it stands for now, Lizzie in second place, but a very strong field to follow, including our back-to-back Vans Park Series winner from Brazil and Montreal, Indy Asp.
Indy knows that it takes the most amount of effort and speed to hit that wall plant, so she did it early in this run. That means she's setting up for something special. Probably her hardest run. Was that an intentional 5-0 right there?
A little truck smash.
Wow. Well, that was good strategy. It was all or nothing right now. You cannot just have a cruise run and think that you're going to break the top 3.
Absolutely. Well, for Indy Asp, we will not see a three-peat, but another solid finish for Indy, getting herself an 80.03 as her high score. But in this particular event, that's only good enough for 5th place. So now it's up to Kihana Ogawa, who is currently sitting in 4th place with an 82.47. just behind Mami Tezuka. We'll see what Kihana's got here. 33 seconds on the clock.
Good start here. Oh, no!
Almost saved it there. Wow, so maybe some fourth run jitters kind of going through the field. Everybody's falling.
Well, but everyone's putting it all out there. They're not holding back at all. So just we all, like, she knows that blunt slide is risky, no matter what, in any situation. So she's just not holding back.
She got that blunt slide on her second run. That gave her the 82.47. Here we go, Poppy Star Olsen skating to beat an 87.51.
Yeah, Poppy gets so much speed. Transfer all over, going over the hips. Smith grind, here we go, invert. Boning that tail out. See if Poppy's gonna change anything up here. No.
Everyone's falling right around that same time with about 9 seconds
I
left.
think after 3 full runs and then your end of your fourth run at 40 seconds.
Oh, your legs are shaking.
I need CPR.
Yeah. All right, for Poppy Star Olsen, she's going to have to most likely rest on the 79.43, currently in 6th place. And here we go. Your current 3rd place skater, Mami Tezuka. From Shiga, Japan. No need for that first wall rebate. Cleaner on the 50-50 on this run.
Yeah, she's keeping her speed up. I think she's saving up for something here. Probably a 5-0 to fakie. No. She's got other plans.
She's going to hit that Vans logo.
Nice. Signature Smith grind, and then that
Get it.
Axel stall.
Yes.
Slotting it in. This is pretty much the same run we saw last time, so I'd be surprised if she ups her score. But solid run altogether.
Mami Tezuka, you can tell that the trick she really wanted was that 50-50 yank in. And almost after that, she kind of rested. And you got to keep going. You got to hammer it in and finish strong. Still going to be a good score, though.
Yeah, it's hard. You want to save that kind of trick for last because of the risk factor, but you need all your strength to do it.
Yeah.
And as much speed as possible. So she kind of threw it in towards the end, but not at the very end.
Yeah, she probably had around 5 seconds left after that trick. Comes through an 83.57, just improving on her last score, which was an 83.20. So here we go. A 10-year-old skater, Kokona Hiraki. She is your winner. This is crazy. A 10-year-old skater gets to do a victory lap here in Paris. Your 2019 Vans Park Series champion from Hokkaido, Japan. Let it set in. 10 years old. Just in double digits. 10 years old. I can't say that enough. It's crazy to me.
Can you imagine what these runs are going to look like when she gets a little bigger, more strength? I mean, she's got all these tricks so dialed.
I mean, this right here is just the perfect.
That kickflip is solid.
This is the future of skateboarding happening now. No need to wait till she's a teenager. A 10-year-old has just taken the victory here at stop number 4 for the Women's Pro Tour here on the Vans Park Series. And it just looks, that's a face of shock. What just happened to me? I just won this contest with an 87.50. And there she is. You can tell the emotions just waving over her. This is going to take a minute to set in for the 10-year-old skateboarder, Kokona Hiraki. You got the crowd cheering for her. Let's go down to the deck with Chris Pastras.
Kokona Hiraki, our youngest ever Vans Park Series winner. How are you feeling, Kokona? Happy?
今日はすごく楽しかったです。
So you're happy. Did you have fun?
いや、今日は本当に嬉しいし楽しかった。ありがとうバンズ。ありがとう皆さん。
Well, congratulations. High five, Kokona. You killed it. Great job. It was a pleasure watching you. Our youngest ever Vans Park Series winner, Kokona Haraki. Congratulations.
You can tell she's shocked. I mean, she did it right there with her second run. Well, her first run came through an 82.37. Her third run, an 87.50. You know, high-tech skateboarding right there. She used the whole park, skated for a full 40 seconds, got the judges' attention. I believe that nose grind was the difference maker.
Oh, absolutely,
And,
yeah.
She is a master at that trick.
I mean, I watched her work that out here just this morning. And little by little, getting there, made a couple, and then she just knew that if the time came, she's going to make it.
And you could see it on her face right there, just shocked. Not only that she got the win here, but now she's definitely on the map as one of the most talented female park skaters on the planet. When you take out a field like that with, you know, the Lizzie Armantos, Kisa Nakamura, Poppy Star Olsen, you have just accomplished something great. So congratulations to our young skater from Japan.
Sure. It's no surprise seeing her come through these events, especially starting in Shanghai. She already had all those tricks, but now she's just got that confidence, and she's got the consistency, and it all was right there. I mean, she was the winner before we went in the last run.
Well, let's take a look back at the women's finals. That was fast and furious. It started, boom, it finished. So here is your recap, some of the top tricks, some of the top runs, starting with Lizzie Armanto, a solid effort. Had the lead for most of that final.
Yeah, I mean, Lizzie definitely had a couple tricks, too, that were going to up her score. She just didn't quite get there on the last run. But we saw Kokona with that nose grind kind of getting a little salad into it and still making it. And then I really think it's that kickflip over the hip that set her over the top.
She was the only skater that flipped her board.
True.
The only one doing those long, extended nose grinds.
And look at how she prepares her feet through the flat. I mean, it's like precision and quick.
And she doesn't skate like a little kid.
No, not at all. She has a confidence beyond her years.
Mami Tezuka right here will no doubt be a contender for the World Championships coming up in just a few weeks in Salt Lake City. So there it is, your top three. Mami Tezuka, Kokona Haraki, and Lizzie Armanto rounding out the top three. And let's take a look at your standings. And it took a minute to get that final fired off, but Kokona Haraki with an 87.50, second place, Lizzie Armanto. Mami Tezuka in third, Kihana Ogawa right there in fourth, Indiara Asp unable to get the three-peat, still a solid score with an 80.03, Poppy Star coming through. So our 8 finalists put on a show there for us, wide open now as we go to the men's field.
That was a tight field, second through fifth.
That was all right there. So, of course, our tour challengers fighting for spots coming up in the World Championships of Park Skating that will go down in Salt Lake City. And here is our top 5. Mami Tezuka with an 8th, a 6th, and now a 3rd. She's got 26,500 points. Kihana Ogawa in 2nd. Autumn Tust coming through with 3 results in the last 3 events. Grace Marhofer in 11th and 8th and 11th. And Shani Brew from here in France in 5th place for now. So these 5 skaters, you know, they're still locked in a battle to get themselves enough points to compete against the best of the best in the upcoming World Championships.
Well, to get in the finals, half the battle is just showing up.
Absolutely.
You can see if you're placing in everything, you're probably more guaranteed to get a place there.
Well, it was really fun to watch our women come to this brand new park, figure out their lines, and put them straight to work. So we've got a lot more skateboarding to come. We got the men's finals coming up. But before that, we've got Time Out with our very own Jeff Grosso and Tony Hawk. This is going to be a hell of a show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Okay, guys, what's up? It's Tony Hawk. We just wrapped up the women's finals here at the Vans Park Series in Paris, France. And I am with the one and only Jeff Grosso for a timeout session in which we just talk. But mostly we're going to talk about what just happened behind us. Kokona Hiraki coming in for the win. What did you think about the women's finals?
It was fantastic. It was Lizzie's contest to lose, man, and she lost it. And Coco is going to be one hell of a skateboarder when she gets a little muscle on her.
That's exactly what I said on her last run.
Yeah,
just when she gets that height, because she has the confidence, she's got the tricks.
Yeah.
Once she gets the height, it's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, it's strange, you know, because it goes from little girl to woman. And
We were just talking about
disparity between
we know
that.
Lizzie as a young skater.
Yes.
And everyone's saying she's the veteran. I was like, if she's a veteran, what are we?
Corpses.
Jeff said it best. We're corpses. There you go. We may even be ghosts.
Yes. Totally.
But it's fun to watch. It's crazy. It's amazing to watch. And the Japanese crew is coming on strong. You just did the love letters to France a couple months ago. And what did you learn from your experience here?
The French are crazy, like everyone else is crazy everywhere else. It was fabulous. It was a really good time. They're doing some really good work down in Marseille with some of the kids, the impoverished children that come over from Algeria or over from Africa and stuff. It's
and
pretty
taking
heavy
them
duty.
to that park?
No, there's a little like a tobacco factory. There's a piece in the piece about this tobacco factory that is turned into an art commune, and they bring the kids in off the street because there's a ghetto around there, and they get them skateboarding, and then they introduce them to reading and get them into school. And the guy was like, first we teach them to ollie, and then we teach them that they can be president.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's this huge, emptied out tobacco factory, and they do all these arts programs, and they have a library, and it's really, really
Bit
intense.
of a Skatistan vibe, but in a smaller
exactly.
version. Yeah. Marseille is one of the legendary DIY parks, obviously.
Yep.
And I'd liken to, I don't know, Burnside, but I know that it really set the tone for France. And a lot of the guys we were going to see here, including Vincent, grew up, were bred there.
Yeah, totally. It's pretty remarkable that where skateboarding's at right now with the Park Series and the Olympics and all this kind of crazy stuff, that it really does come out of Burnside and Marseille, and that this whole Flow Bowl thing is kind of born out of that, and the skateboarders that it produces is just insane.
We're going to see them here. In fact, some of the local favorites coming up. Men's finals is next. What are you looking forward to seeing here now in men's finals?
I'm a big fan of Carl. I like Carl a lot.
Carl's got a mean Madonna.
Yeah, and it's always faster, further, longer. So I hope Carl stays on, and Pedro's probably gonna just eat
he just
everybody.
eked into the finals. He only made one run yesterday, and that was unlike him. So I feel like he's lit a fire in himself.
Yeah, this park's really, really challenging to skate. The walls are super relaxed, so as fast as it is and as wide open as it is, the walls really can't contain you because there's no vert anywhere in the park. So it makes it super challenging for them. That was annoying.
Well, we're excited to see what's in store. We're excited to see how they use it, even though there is no vert. Men's finals are coming up next. Thanks a lot, Jeff.
Yeah, right on, Tony.
Okay.
Sweet.
Here we go.
Welcome to the fourth stop of the 2019 Vans Park Series. We're here at the brand new, custom-built Vans Cosa Nostra Skate Park du Shell as the Vans Park Series arrives in France for the first time in VPS Tour history. The Vans Park Series Pro Tour is the premier stop for park terrain skateboarding, the fastest growing discipline in skateboarding today. Combining all aspects of culture, street, and transition, the Park Series is home to the most exciting show in skate. All eyes are on Pedro Barros after back-to-back victories in Sao Paulo and Montreal. He will look to make it a three-peat here in France. Skaters like Tristan Rennie and Frenchman Vincent Matheron will be looking to take the top spot on the Tour Challenger rankings, heading towards the World Championships in Salt Lake City. The purpose-built Legacy Park here in Shell is stocked with large features and unique lines, and is another perfect host to the world's best park skaters. The fourth stop on the 2019 Vans Park Series starts right now.
Boys are throwing down out here.
Bonjour, skateboarders from all over the world. Here we go. We are live from Paris, France. This is the brand new, custom-built Shell's skate park here, a Vans Legacy Park at the Cosa Nostra skate park. So we're very excited to say that this park that was just built a few weeks ago will be here forever for Parisian skateboarders to enjoy. And of course, if you're traveling in Europe, come make a stop here and get involved with some concrete. I'm Chris Cote. You know this dude. That's Tony Hawk.
Hello, hello.
This is stop number 4 on the Vans Park Series. And we just watched the women absolutely rip, where a 10-year-old got the win. Now we move on into the men's field. Well, we started this series in Shanghai, China, which is becoming a hotbed for competitive skateboarding. And down in Shanghai, it was Roman Pavic coming through with his first ever win on the Vans Park Series. An incredible victory from young Roman, who has continued to step up his game event after event. From China, we went down to Sao Paulo, Brazil, at a park that Vans built 2 years ago, and it's still looking immaculate. That's where Pedro Barros started his run, and he went back to back.
It was a Brazilian takeover down there between Pedro and Indy. And then we went to Montreal, and what happened there? Surprise, surprise.
The Pedro
Barros
show.
again, and Indiara again as well. So that was amazing. And yesterday, we saw Pedro here in France almost not make the finals, which was shocking. So I feel like he is fired up here for these finals to prove himself worthy again. Could be a three-peat, who knows? This is a stacked field, though. There's amazing riders, but they're all gunning to gain points to get to the finals in Salt Lake City. And we have a legacy park built that's under construction right now, brand new skate park that will remain there after this event, and the finals are going to be heavy.
And what a way to break in a brand new park than to bring the world's best park skaters to it for the opening day.
For the finals.
Yeah.
This is what you do with this thing.
Exactly.
Good luck, everyone.
Build a park, get the best skaters there, and then unleash it on the world. Let's go down to the deck where Dune is waiting. What's up, Chris Pastris?
What's up, fellas? We are super honored. We're bringing Vans Park Series to France for the first time ever and paying it forward with this legacy park being left behind here at Cosa Nostra. It's an appropriate gift because in 1991, Marseille, France showed us one of the key blueprints of this type of flowbowl park. This one behind us here even mirrors a 1991 park in its size. Usually our parks are larger, so it's challenging the guys to get more creative and more technical. Tony, I know you skated Marseille. You've skated this thing. How do they measure up?
Yeah, this is like a big sort of mini ramp course. It reminds me of Richmond Skate Ranch around 1989-90, but definitely a hint of Marseille. Although Marseille actually has some more vert. None of this park has actual vert walls, so that makes the air tricks a lot more challenging. Especially guys who are trying to do kickflip indies, they have no room for error.
Well, you know, France has, of course, a rich history in skateboarding. The park we're at right now has been here for 20 years. Some incredible tours have come through here. Talked about Marseille. The history of skateboarding in France goes way back. So we sent our very own investigative reporter Jeff Grosso to bring us yet another Love Letters to Skateboarding, this time focusing on France. Check it out.
Now that we're old and ugly, we're middle-aged and hurting. Love Letters with Jeff Grosso.
For this episode, we flew into Paris and we drove down to Lyon and ultimately to Marseille and then back to Paris. 5-6 days in country, and this is what you get.
For me, right now, skateboarding in France is so sick because it's like so many generations together.
Just with motivation, you can create your own scene and slowly by slowly growing and do your stuff.
Well, and Marseille, you know, along with Monk and Red and stuff, completely changed the concept of skate park design. You know, all skateboard parks from here till eternity now are built with Marseille in mind.
So Love Letters to Skateboarding, this time on France. You've got to go check out that full episode. Not only will you learn something, but you will want to go skateboarding after you watch that. And speaking of wanting to go skateboarding, these dudes make me want to skate. Every time I see them, I just get psyched. I'm talking about Grayson Fletcher, who is on the deck right now with French local Sam Partakes.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're here with Sam Partakes, local from France, growing up in Paris.
Yes.
How do you like the skate scene out here? How have you seen it grow?
Yeah, it's growing up like so fast because it's like the community right now is like so many different generations right now. So it's like all the kids and like the old skater, and as you seen on the like Love Letter with Grosso, just came out yesterday.
How was that interview with Grosso? Was it cool?
Grosso is a legend, man. It was so sick to go with him around France. Like everyone was so stoked to meet him and to do like interview with him. So it was easy to do it.
And a lot of people are wondering, what made you inspired to bring your camera everywhere and take all these amazing photos?
Just because I'm like skating since a long time. I'm going on skate trip like since when I was young, and I always take my camera to like show my friends. Before, you know, it was no like Instagram and stuff, so I just came back with my photo from the skate trip, like little behind the scene as well, you know, like with all the skaters. When we don't skate, like we do something else, and it's like a passion, like skateboarding or surfing, you know. It's
Perfect. Well, thank you very much. There you have it, Van Skate Park Series Stop 4. Thanks, guys. Back to you at the booth.
Right on. Stoked to have Grayson Fletcher on the deck as our reporter. So yesterday was pretty wild, Tony. We had rain delays, and there was something about that recipe of making skateboarders wait that absolutely launched them out of a cannon. The qualifiers yesterday were probably the best qualifiers we've seen of the entire season. So take a look at how we got to our 8 skaters here in the finals. This is yesterday's qualifiers.
I gotta do another one, bro.
Shit was green.
What's coming next?
That right there shows you exactly how tough it was for these skaters to make the top 8. You mentioned it earlier, Pedro Barros right on the line. His 4th and final run got him into our top 8 to make the finals today. Tony, a huge story we're talking about and we will be following here as we make our way into the finals is our Tour Challengers. A name that absolutely burst onto the scene in 2018 was Luis Francisco. He's lived up to every accolade with a 3rd, a 2nd, a 4th. Hasn't missed a top 8 yet. He's coming into France with a lot of momentum, and he's been absolutely ripping.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like we're going to see him at least on a podium here, just based on what I've seen him skating, even in the preliminaries. But it's tough. This is a stacked field. There's usually been a couple of glaring omissions of people who didn't show up to certain events. I feel like almost all of them are here, and almost all of them are in the finals now. So it's heavy.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. All the big names have made their way into the finals. Our top 8 is about to go off. Before we start this finals, we're looking at a skate park. To a guy like me, it looks like probably the most fun setup of the entire park series. It's a little small for Tony Hawk, so we can meet somewhere in the middle. But let's take a look at this amazing, brand new Vans Legacy Park. Here's a follow cam image. This is what it would be like to skate this park. So we're watching Tristan Rennie from Rialto, California. He is in the finals, and I mean, he makes it look so easy. Trust me, it's not this easy to skate this park.
No, and you can tell, like, there isn't much wall to land on, so you've got to land high to get any kind of speed. And just the nose bonk over what we were loosely calling a spine is something that no one else is doing.
The Vans Death logo?
Yeah, I mean,
there's no easy
people
way.
are hitting it. But to go over it and to rely on that landing zone, which is very small, it's hard, man. This is one of the most challenging parks they've ridden all year.
Absolutely. When you talk about the finals coming up, it's always fun to throw out some picks there. So this is not necessarily who we think's going to win, but this is a little segment we like to call Who to Watch. We always start with Tony Hawk. Go.
Okay, I'm going to say Vincent Matheron because he's a local favorite. He skates Marseille. He grew up skating Marseille, so he knows these kind of parks, and he loves the spines. And even though there isn't a true spine here, he has hit it. He's very comfortable with it, and he knows what it takes to get a good score. And also, he was staying with me for a couple weeks earlier in the summer, and he's got the coolest accent.
Yeah.
So I got to go with that. He's kind of hard to understand, but some of the things that he said, we're still quoting in our household.
Highly quotable skateboarder.
Highly quotable, yes.
Right.
Best accent quotable.
Vincent Matheron. That's got to be pretty fun to be picked by Tony Hawk. Well, Tony, I'm going to make my pick, and I'll tell you, this was a kind of an easy pick for me in watching it yesterday. The silky smooth stylings of San Diego's Corey Juneau. He has momentum from Montreal. I mean, he was right there going blow for blow with Pedro Barros. Got 2nd place. He comes in for revenge. Clean line, of course, smooth style for days. And can we talk about that frontside flip?
Oh, yeah. For days.
Yes.
We have been.
Yes, and hopefully we will see that coming up here in the finals. Let's go down to the deck. Chris Pastras, no pressure. Who you got?
What's up, boys? Good picks there. I am going with my man Roman Pabic for a few reasons. The smaller walls in the park suits his creative style of skating. Roman's got super unique lines, which the judges love, and he's got the perfect blend of old school and new school tricks. So go Roman.
Well, I see that copy-pasted 3rd line there, and for good reason, because that's exactly what we're looking for. Solid pick there in Roman Pabic from the one and only Dune. Chris Pastras, who will be on the deck all day long here in the finals. Let's get to the format. So we took 8 skaters out of this deep field. We made multiple cuts to get to the finals. This is where they will get 4 runs each, 40 seconds max. You skate until you fall. The judges want to see you use that entire time and, of course, skate the whole park. You will have 1 first wall or first trick rebate. In your 4th run only, everything resets. Your best run counts. Tony, will we see first trick rebates go down here in the men's field?
Yeah, we didn't see it in the women's because I feel like they were all very much sticking to their lines. But these guys, anything goes. And for sure, a couple of them are going to use it. And I love seeing that risk factor. I love seeing the going for the super technical moves right in the beginning. But this lineup is heavy.
This is some of the best park skaters on the planet. Can this park contain Pedro Barros? We got Luis Francisco, Alex Sorgente, Roman Pabich, Tristan Rennie, Vincent Matheron from Marseille, France, Keegan Palmer, and Corey Juno representing San Diego, California. So that's your look at current top 8. Everything resets from the qualifiers, and we're going to get right into it. And what a way to start. Let the Pedro show kick off the finals here today for stop number 4 on Vans Park Series 2019. Representing Florianopolis, Brazil, RTMF all day. This is Pedro Barros.
Wait, what happened?
That was Pedro Barros, but this again is going to be Pedro Barros. Little false start there.
Restart.
Little restart.
It was almost like his body was already committed and the time wasn't.
All right, 40 seconds on the clock. Skate until you fall. The one big question, is this park big enough to contain Pedro Barros?
I think Pedro's going to have to slow down a little bit if he's going to stay on. Wow, 5-0 off the extension and then missing the lean air here on that. And that's what I'm saying. That where he went up from that angle, it looks like a vert wall. That wall has no vert on it. So to go up to and try a typical vertical trick like a lean air is super risky. You've got to ollie it out as if you're on a mini ramp, and that's why you missed the grab.
So the risk there, landing in the flats, losing all your speed.
No, the risk there is hanging up.
Hanging up.
Yeah.
Even that's a way worse risk than landing in the flats.
Because no matter how high you ollie out, if you're going that high above the lip, you're probably going to hang up.
From Rialto, California, this is Tristan Rennie. Super consistent. He's made the top 3 in multiple events this year. Love the way Tristan skates.
Tristan dropping a disaster, looking like Jimmy Wilkins right in the beginning there.
He's got...
Oh, kickflip Indy missing the grab a little bit.
You know, we saw this in the women's finals. The skaters still figuring this park out. This is a brand new park. There's no history to go to the tape and watch what people have done here. This park's only been up for about a week.
But as you can see, the trouble they're running into is in the tricks that you usually done on vert. Right there, kickflip Indy. There's just not that much air time to catch it and put it on your feet. So if you don't have it completely perfect, you're not going to make it.
This kid has been on fire through the whole year, representing Sao Paulo, Brazil, Luis Francisco.
Oh, there's the first 540 we've seen. Luis seems very comfortable on this size. Heel flip Indy.
Did his board flip?
Well, I would call that a heel flop Indy, but it still works.
Full extension. That's going to be a fun replay to see.
Big boneless. Oh, missing that. There we go again, missing the kickflip Indy. These guys are not holding back, but also having trouble with the vert tricks.
That was cool.
Yep, there's that.
Oh, slow-mo flip.
Yeah. That's the Omar special right there.
The money grab. So the highest score so far, 64.70. That will not stand. We've got some of the best park skaters on the planet right here. We're going to see scores up in the 80s. And here is Tony Hawk's pick of who to watch from Marseille, France, Vincent Matheron. Crowd goes wild.
I got to tell you, I've been hanging out a little bit in Paris with Vincent. He has serious Marseille pride.
And to watch him
he's not
skate,
afraid to tell people.
To watch him skate the Marseille Park is a thing of beauty.
And this is right up his alley. This is the kind of size stuff that he's used to skating. Look at that, just cruising going into the 5-0. 540, oh man, that's a tough spot right there. That's a pretty big hip for such a small wall. And the coping sticks out, and you can see the coping just rejected his board from his hand.
He's one of the rare people that his first taste of Marseille was not from Tony Hawk Pro Skater. It was from actual Marseille. I could say I'd been skating Marseille for a decade before I actually went there, but that was, of course, in a virtual world that you created, Tony.
Full disclosure, I did not go to Marseille until after the video game.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it looked great.
It was a lot harder to skate than it was when I played the game.
You can see why Vincent is so good from growing up skating there. Alex Sorgente, he is a world champion. always a threat.
Whoa!
And nobody's even looking at that line he's trying. I love that he tried that right from the start of his run.
So you can tell that no one's really grinded that, and his truck's kind of stuck on it. I mean, he's capable of pushing through that, but that's just because no one else is doing it, so it's not slippery, and you got to really force your board to grind to get off that thing. A lot can go wrong.
From Currumbin, Australia, on the Gold Coast, Keegan Palmer. He was 12th place on the Challenger list. So if he does well here, if he gets the top 3, we could be potentially seeing a lock for his bid to get into the World Championships in Salt Lake City. So far, so good.
Big lean alley-oop. Oh no, missing the nose blunt. Right there, he almost went into a no comply. I wonder if the judges would have allowed that.
Oh, he
was going for a nose blunt. His foot came off, turned into a no comply, and it looked like he was just going to force it in anyway.
You know,
is that a fall?
I think they'll allow a push. They don't like a push, but every once in a while you'll see it up on the deck. You know, if somebody flies out of the deck, they can push to get back in. It's a fine line.
But Keegan had the exact opposite problem of everyone else. He made all the vert tricks and then missed the mini ramp trick with the nose blunt.
So no full runs yet. But Roman Pabich from Ocean City, Maryland, super consistent, 17-year-old, has a Vans Park Series win from Shanghai, China earlier this year. And his run in qualifiers was insane.
It's a solid run so far. Hitting every stop. Oh, backside all to tail.
That was cool. I like the sound that thing makes when you hit it.
Oh, kickflip Indy going tuck knee.
10
that
seconds.
makes it harder. Wow, backside 360. I think we got a high-scoring run here. 540 into the corner, sliding out, just getting into it. I think the small wall in that time saved him. Because if he had landed like that and not completely straight on a vert wall, he couldn't have made it.
Keep going.
He's still going.
I'm fine with the Roman Pabich demo. No doubt a first-place run there for Roman Pabich. Where do you think this will land, score-wise?
Well, that's got to be in the 80s, for sure. Look at that, 540 into the corner, squat and saving it.
Roman's waiting for the score to drop. Boom, 81.37. We have a new leader, Roman Pabich. Qualified second yesterday with a stellar run. The qualifiers really had this electric feel to it. See if these guys can recapture that feeling from yesterday. Corey Juno from San Diego representing Team Creature.
Wow. There's the nose blunt. Corey's so relaxed in his style, where a backside tail slide over the love seat looks like a walk in the park.
He really does make.
Look at that, and then
such hard tricks look so easy.
Like no one has hit their truck on that and made it yet.
No one's doing that.
Oh, backside nose blunt.
That was.
This looks like the run that put him in first from qualifying. Back lip around the corner.
I mean, syrupy smooth every time. Get it.
Oh, frontside flip to squat.
That's a make.
Skate squats, you got that one?
Contest
Two-hand touch.
Well, the judges aren't going to love the touch, but do you think that was a make? Would you call that a contest make?
Of course.
His feet stayed on.
Absolutely.
No foot touch.
No, I jest. That was a make.
And that last trick counted in time. No toe drag.
He actually went into a slight manual, too.
Wrecking Ball will not be Manny busting Corey Juno right there. So we're expecting a big score. And we get it. Well into the 80s, an 86.60 for Corey Juno. Could this be Corey's contest? I know that's a big question to ask already.
That could be it. I mean, if he's 5 points higher than Roman's run, I don't know. We got to see what happens with Pedro here, but that could be our top run.
There are your standings for now. Only 2 skaters getting complete runs. You got 2 skaters in the 80s. The rest of the field still stuck in the 60s. This is what the judges are looking for. Basically, take all these words and sentences, but then just look back at what Corey did, and he did everything they wanted to see. Emphasis on distance traveled being an added line from 2018 into 2019. And that just means do all your tricks big, slide them far, make them look good.
I think that's the one that was highlighted just for Corey.
Exactly. He read that line. He said, okay, I'm going to do all
those
of that.
frontside board slides and back lips.
Let the Pedro show begin. Second run for Brazil's Pedro Barros. It's hard not to growl when you say his name because that's just how he skates. Pedro Barros.
It's amazing that he can go with this much speed on this chorus. Here we go. Now he forgoes the lean air for an indie air, which was a smart move. Oh, frontside feeble around the mini corner. Oh, this is it. Pedro's on fire. 540. Wow. I don't think anyone, oh no, missing the nose grind.
That was surprising after doing all that work with 6 seconds left.
And that was probably the least difficult trick in his run in terms of what he thinks.
Well, you know, I have the script for the show in front of me, and it says Pedro Barros will build the drama till the very end and potentially come through with an
Look,
89.
you can see the lack of vert on that wall. He kick-turned out of the 540 and then saved it with a squat. I mean, there's not enough room to get the full spin around.
No skate park or hat can contain Pedro Barros. Crowd's going wild, as always, for Pedro. His score comes through a 76.83, so he does improve from his first run. Now we go back to Tristan Rennie and his finger-tightened trucks. They actually shake and make noise when he's in the air.
I think a lot of these guys ride trucks that loose, and I don't understand it. Just that right there, a casual Smith grind from the channel over to the hip. So those kickflip indies.
I mean, what a rad kid, too. You couldn't meet a nicer kid than Tristan Rennie.
I've got to thank Tristan Rennie. He's the one who taught me how to do that water slide thing that we did for Thrasher, carving over the hole, the loop. I literally followed Tristan's line to figure it out.
Wow, that's a big accolade.
Thank you, Tristan.
Teaching Tony Hawk tricks. And I got to say, congratulations. I saw you pull your first bigger flip.
Yeah, thank you.
Luis Francisco, current top VPS Tour Challenger because of tricks like that and super consistency. Rare to see this kid fall.
Heel flip. Oh, that was a see when you catch your kick flips to heel flips tuck knee, you know that you've got it dialed and that you're out far enough on the wall. Wow, boneless and nose bone, kick flip indie, bailing it. That trick's giving everyone trouble these days.
Leaves 8 seconds on the clock. Every time I say someone is super consistent, they fall. So I'm going to stop saying that. As Luis Francisco, I mean, went through the motions in a good way, got all the way to the back end of his run. And it's just about cleaning up that finish. So 61.23 for Luis Francisco. And it's weird to say that a 61 is good enough for 5th place for now. Of course, that's all going to change. Coming up next, representing Marseille, France, let's hear it for Vincent Matheron. And you can cheer if you're at home, too. That's fine. We want your neighbors to call the cops when you're watching Park Series.
What is it, 4 a.m. at home?
Yeah, why not? Park Series party.
Party. Oh, Indy disaster. All this is just bred in Marseille. Solid 540. He missed out on his first run. Whoa, 50-50 to disaster.
Oh, Brad.
Risking everything. And here we go, over the spine. Oh, no.
Saw him do that in practice. Board slide lands on the top of that narrow deck, rolls in. And I've said it before, and I'm going to keep saying it. The judges like loud skateboarding. You're landing hard in your disasters like that. I mean, that was a whip crack. And anytime you're loud in your approach to these parks, the judges are going to give you some more points just because, you know, the sound, the intensity of that kind of skating. 72.67 enough for 4th place.
Yeah, I think if we see him do that board slide on the logo, he'll be getting close to the 80s for sure.
40 seconds on the clock. Florida's Alex Sorgente, now living in LA.
There we go, 50-50. And you can
That
see
was
how his
insane.
truck stopped right there, but he forced it in. Nice, alley-oop, body jar.
This guy's an absolute road warrior. Basically competes in every park event you got.
Oh, wow, that was...
The only person we've seen hit that Vans logo twice in their run.
Alex is not playing it safe. Trying to do, I think, a cab to pivot, if I'm not mistaken, or a cab to axle stall.
He's so good, you know, rolling, fake. You know, it's really...
Well, even just those sort of point A to point B moves in that run were difficult tricks. You know, going up onto the extension, bashing it to 5-0. I mean, all that stuff that the judges notice.
Keegan Palmer from Australia. He's basically won everything in a park in Oz. You know, he's taken his act to a global scale. He's been competing on Vans Park Series since he was 15, or 13, excuse me. Started in Melbourne.
There we go. He didn't do the nose blunt, went for the boneless instead. So he's further along in this run than he was in his first run. 540, solid, wow, standing up, then Indy 3. Showing his vert skills.
So clean.
Oh, fakey to fakey, 540 on the hip.
Uh-oh.
Wow, this is a contending run.
That was after time.
That was moment after time.
That's a non-factor for Keegan Palmer, but let's talk about those last three tricks. That was a crazy combination.
So we're gonna see how much weight the judges give to vert tricks based on those last few tricks right there. Big melon 5. I mean, that was like he was off a 13-foot ramp. And he did Indy 3, did fakey to fakey 5. You know, those are all sort of the...
That's a lot of math right there.
Those are some of the staples of vert skating. So we'll see what the judges think about it.
Well, it's definitely enough to get him in the top 3. But how high up in the top 3 will it get him? He's waiting for the score to come through. A 79.17. He shrugs it off. You know, kind of going, okay, yeah, that was good. For him, what could he have done better to get up into the 80s?
I guess the idea is using more of the park because he used those vert walls at the end so much that it was just sort of, that was the focus. And I think the judges want to see stuff on everything the way we see Roman doing it.
Roman Pavic going for complete park domination right there, up and into that Vans logo with the back tail. 16 seconds on the clock.
Kickflip bendy.
Roman's a guy that can use anger to his advantage. We've seen him, you know, make a mistake and then react, and you see it on his face. He gets pissed off, and sometimes it works for him, and that's fine with us as long as we see the show.
Yeah, whatever it takes.
All right, so that score for Roman, non-factor 52.23. It's already sitting on an 81.37. Here goes your current leader with an 86.60. This is Corey Juneau.
Yeah.
The subtleties in his skateboarding are just so cool to watch.
Yeah, I don't think the term sketchy is ever used for Corey skating.
No, and even right here.
Yeah, just a
Everything
casual
he does
stroll.
cruising.
Frontside board slides, 8 blocks, casual stroll out of it.
I mean, I don't know anybody who does it better. Right there, I mean, the front board through the corner like that, you might. You know everybody.
No, that's it. That's the one. I remember seeing the very first sequence of a frontside board slide. Steve Caballero, Marina Del Rey. He only slid it a couple blocks, but all of us were in shock. And now Corey has taken that and turned it into
20 blocks.
A roller coaster of sliding.
All right, as we get our way to our third runs for our top 8 here in the finals for stop number 4 here on the Vans Park Series in Paris. Let's go down to the deck. We've got Dune and Grayson. Here we go.
Thank you, fellas. And yeah, we're honored to have Grayson Fletcher joining us out here. I know you're sidelined a bit, Grayson, with a little injury. Been doing some interviews with us, so I'm honored, man. We're stoked to have you out here.
Thanks. It's been a real big pleasure, and I'm glad I can actually talk about my friends ripping, so that's really cool. Everybody's killing it. We got some Marseille vibes out here with the speed of the course, and we got the hip over here. Everyone's blasting over the hip, and they've always done it, so it's cool.
I know you've been hanging with the guys a bunch. What's the feedback on the course in general? And let's check Pedro as you tell us the answer to that question.
So here comes Pedro hitting that hip real fast.
Huge kickflip Indy.
The walls are a little bit smaller than usual. They're a little bit mellower than usual, so it enables very technical skateboarding tricks.
It might be a challenge for somebody like Pedro, who's high flying and skates super powerful.
Yep.
But he's such a competitor. I'm sure he'll make adjustments and figure it out.
Oh yeah, he's gonna come in stronger than ever with his next run, like he always does. He probably fell on purpose there. I always see him coming crazy on the last run.
Right on, and yeah, we got Roman Pabic sitting in second place. And Corey Juneau in first, so wow.
Tristan Rennie coming in. He's another one from America. He's got a really clean style, kills backyard pools, so we'll see what he has for this course. It's a lot mellower than he usually skates, so
yeah, he's known as a pool skater, but he's been surprising me by adapting super well here in Shell. Nice kickflip Indy over the hip there.
Nice channel with the Smith grind gap too. Look at the alley-oop over the hip.
Dustin Dolan, yes, we love you, Dustin.
Christian just killing this park. What's up, Dolan?
How are you?
Whoa, double mic'd up.
Wow.
How are you?
Yes, appearance from Dustin Dolan.
We'll give Tristan
Corey's
another
540
try, right?
just getting away from him. That was an amazing run before that fall.
Killer run, Tristan.
Yeah, and we got Luis Francisco about to come up there. And before that, there's the highlight of that kickflip Indy. Tristan didn't get a lot of flick, but just made it work. Then there's that nose grind over the Vans logo. So sick.
Luis is one of the fan favorites, always going one of the fastest out of everybody, always going one of the biggest out of everybody. He's got a huge boneless right here on the bank wall that you're going to want to look out for, so check it out. Get ready for it. Here he comes.
Yeah, this guy moves through the park faster than anyone.
Like a bat out of hell. There we go, big 540 onto the bank wall. Following it up.
Luis Francisco coming out of Sao Paulo. He's been dominating competition in 2019.
Is that a heel flip Indy, Chris? I think that was.
Smacked his tail just for authority, too. Love it.
Just for fun and power. Here it comes,
speed
boneless. Boom!
The signature Luis Francisco boneless. Into the kickflip Indy.
Bird's eye view of the whole place, I'm sure.
This is an amazing run.
We jinxed him. That's right, he's got another run.
Wow was right.
We're only on run 3, right, Chris?
That's right.
The fourth
got a whole another set of runs ahead of us.
The guys are going to amp it up on the final runs, of course.
Yeah, and you know, some of these dudes skate better under pressure.
Who's one of your favorites to watch on the final run usually? Who do you think usually pulls it together?
Pedro, just for the excitement. He always seems to come through in the clutch.
That's what I was thinking as well. Pedro, Sorgente, Russell, all those guys pull through.
Well, Grayson, it's been an honor to have you out here, my man. I'm sure we'll hear more from you and heal up from that injury, get back in the park.
Thank you.
Much love to you and the Grayson Fletcher entire family.
Oh, thanks
we
a lot,
love the
Chris.
Fletcher fam.
Stoked to be here on deck talking with you guys and local Marseille French guy coming down.
All right, brother. Thank you much,
boys.
Grayson.
Nice job, Grayson.
Right on. Grayson, Dune from the deck, giving us the deck view of what's happening. And this is where it starts to turn into a bit of a party on the deck, and that's fine with us. We got a packed house here, standing room only. Got to give a shout out to the Fletcher family, a big Fletcher family show at the Gagosian Gallery in New York right now. If you're anywhere near that, go to it. Here we go, Alex Sorgente, 35 seconds, already got the hard work done. Now we'll see how he can finish.
Alex has vert moves and mini ramp moves, but he keeps the speed up the whole time. And here we go with the Cavallarial axle stall.
Yes.
Oh, made it. This is the best run so far he's had. Into Madonna. Here we go, coming up on one of the last tricks.
Alex and Pedro have had some incredible battles in Vans Park Series. Be fun to see that happen here.
There we go.
Whoa.
Solid
wild kick out. Wow, he just kind of did everything he wanted to do right there.
So that Vans logo got more slick as he went on because he keeps grinding it.
That was
And then
so
that
scary.
Caballerial to Axel stall is so risky, especially near the end there and trying to come off fakie from a mini ramp.
Well, it's
So much
metal.
wrong.
There's a lot of sharp edges. It's small up at that top portion. It's slick. Sorgente has his way with it. And it's enough for an 83-1-3. Alex Sorgente now in second place, needing an 86.60 or better to get up there with Corey Juneau. And here we go. Keegan Palmer currently in fourth place with a 79.17. Young skater out of Currumbin, Australia, making a big name for himself on the global skate scene, including right here in Paris.
Big kickflip Andy, keeping his speed up. That lean air alley-oop. Oh no, going for a bean plant. He's having trouble there because he has too much speed to do what he planned, a nose blunt, and I feel like he's deciding what to do on the way up the wall. He just didn't have the right angle. But that is a huge kickflip Bendy, grabbing a tuck knee.
And done so perfect.
And right here is when he runs into trouble. Just not the right angle on that bank for that trick.
All right, so the score comes through for Keegan Palmer, 46.17. Oh yeah. He's still sitting on the 79.17 as his high mark, and sitting on an 81.37, current third place skater, Roman Pabic. Taking a second, gather his thoughts. He's in with 40 seconds on the clock. Here we go, Roman.
Oh, nice eggplant.
It's a scary trick. It looks like a lot can go wrong there.
Especially over that channel with no vert. And just right back into his contest mode. Benny, oh, into the 360. This is a much better run than last time.
8 seconds left. Stay on.
Here we go. Last trick, 540. Make it look good. Wow, you can hear those wheels just hanging on for life there. That could be in contention with Corey Juneau.
I mean, you could tell that was the exact run that Roman wanted.
Yeah, that's the best of the best for his style of skating, for his trick selection, and just nonstop.
I love seeing those rapid fire tricks as well. He had a 1-2-3 combo. Little Lion King moment there. And with the score coming through, an 84.47 for Roman Pabic. That's enough to bump Alex Sorgente down to third. Roman Pabic now in second place. And with that, your current leader with an 86.60, Corey Juneau, third run. Where do you think Corey skates in San Diego to quote-unquote train for a park like this?
Well, I'm going to assume it's Washington Street because it has the most variety in close lines like this. And also, it's not a smooth park, so that gives you a great advantage to come to something like this where you don't have to worry about the kinks or the rough patches. Oh my goodness, backside lip slide around the corner to revert.
He can literally do anything he wants on a skateboard.
So here's a much higher score than last time. I don't think that's gonna matter based on the difficulty factor and the danger factor of the tricks before that.
You wouldn't think of a guy like Corey Juneau being hyper competitive because he just doesn't, his body language, but
he's got a strategy.
He totally is.
Yeah.
He added something to every trick in this run.
This backside lip right here to revert, just unexpected.
How do you do that?
To the folks back home that don't skate vert or big walls like that, going into a backside revert after a corner is an easy way to hit the back of your head. That's all I'm saying.
I believe you. You know a thing or two about corners and reverts. Here's your standings. Corey Juneau sitting on that 86.60. That last score comes through an 82.17. So the judges liking the cleanliness, the smoothness of his
But
opening
apparently
run.
they like the kickflip a lot better.
They did. If he would have finished with a kickflip, it really is building, kind of putting together a complete package for the judges. Old school tricks, new school tricks, going fast, flipping your board.
This is Pedro's last chance right here.
Fourth and final run. The Pedro show is about to begin. Fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, going now, taking advantage of that first wall rebate.
All right. So what does that mean?
That means he tried to kick Fabini, he missed it. This means that this one counts. He gets no rebate. Knowing Pedro, he's going to try it again. He
Well, we
doesn't
know what the crowd
care.
wants. Here goes Pedro Barros.
There it is, kick Fabini. Nope, that's the end for Pedro right there.
Wow. A stunning turn of events for Pedro Barros.
I'm pretty sure I just heard our French announcer say Sacre Bleu.
Yeah. Sacre Bleu. Pedro Barros.
Oh, catching a double by accident there.
And a hard slam. So a rare non-podium finish for Pedro Barros. Enough for fifth place at a 76.83.
Take this shit, man.
And now he's gone into coach mode.
That's a rare moment right there, seeing Pedro fall on every run.
Yeah. Well, anything's possible in Vans Park Series. It's possible for Tristan Rennie to get a win here. Not using the first wall rebate. 34 seconds on the clock. So far, so good for Tristan Rennie.
Wow.
Oh, that trick is cool.
Oh, landing high on the alley-oop there. Kick Fabini, made it.
20 seconds, keep going.
Nice, alley-oop. Yeah, just doing those little tricks like that truck bash really counts for the judges.
Gets the nose bonk.
540 over the channel.
Oh, that was quick.
This is Tristan's best run.
Last trick.
Next? Frontside blunt. Solid run right there.
Another person that can literally do anything he wants on a skateboard. You saw it right there. Everything on demand. Every trick.
That could put him in podium contention. Especially ending it like that with the 540 of the channel.
I like that the first wall rebate rule, that was something, as a youngster, when you are in a mini ramp session or wherever in the world, you miss your first trick. Rebate, just let me, rebate. So taking from sessions with the friends and putting them into a competitive rule. I like it. Here we go, Luis Francisco.
Oh, getting a lot of speed. What is going on here? Lip slide all the way around the long corner.
Well, he has the potential to go from last to first with this run.
Kick Fabini, got it. Oh, wait a second, revert across the flat. Now what? Switch backside air. Oh, shoes off.
A different kind of freestyle skateboarding.
So, free shoes, everyone.
Free shoe.
Free shoe.
Yeah, somebody got a souvenir from Luis.
Look at this. That is long lip slide. And then right here, perfect kickflip Indy. And then he goes into a revert and then try to switch backside air. I mean, that would have been a great scoring run.
I would have
especially
liked to have seen that.
Yeah, difficulty factor.
We could see it later because after the finals, we go into the Thrasher Magazine Best Trick Contest, which is always nuts. So we know you're going to stay tuned for that. We also have a roundtable discussion. Jeff Rowley's going to join us, celebrating 20 years with Vans. But here we go. Vincent Matheron currently in 7th place with a 72.67. He's got 33 seconds on the clock now. He's flying.
Nice, nose grind over the love seat. Indy disaster. Just cruising. 540, good one. That was his best landing yet.
Yeah, he looked like he got a speed burst out of that.
Wow, that 5-0 disaster is so frightening.
4 seconds left.
Last trick, board slide off the logo and in. We call him the Spine Master for a reason. And then he throws a sugar cane and a hurricane just for the crowd. That's why he was my pick, everyone. Right there.
That. Straight from Marseille, France, makes his way across the country to a brand new park here in Chelles on the outskirts of Paris at the Cosa Nostra skate park. Vincent Matheron.
Vincent, c'est bon. Look at that. Nose grab, backside 5, such a good landing, and then this board slide, and then he lands almost in disaster to Sugarcane going up the escalator. Just that trick alone is so hard.
Is back on the escalator. And the score comes through for Vincent Matheron. It's enough for second place, an 86.03. There will be French representation on the podium. For now, we still have 4 skaters to go. The crowd's hyped. Vincent Matheron fans are hyped, like us. But here we go. Alex Sorgente, currently in 4th place.
First wall, I think that's first wall rebate.
Yes.
Right?
First trick rebate, first wall rebate.
First trick.
Well, he did carve.
He ollied into the deep end?
That's his first trick.
That would be my first trick.
I wouldn't do any of this.
Ollieing into the deep end would be my rebate trick.
Well, full
For him,
40
it's just a
seconds.
roll-in.
Back on the clock, starts the same way.
Here we go, 50-50. No, that thing is so sticky.
I like when skaters go back and attack the trick that almost took him out. But unfortunately for Sorgente, another rare occurrence where Alex Sorgente misses the podium. That just means we have 3 skaters left. Corey Juneau. I'm not even gonna say anything. I don't want to jinx potentially what could happen. Not that my words are gonna have any bearing on the outcome here, but let's just keep it low key. As we come up next to Keegan Palmer, who currently sitting in 6th place with a 79.17. If he can finish this run, could be looking at an 80 plus.
He's got all the pieces there to get on the podium. He's just got to put it all together. And he is not using the first wall rebate rule. He wants the run he came here to do. Oh, missing the backside tail slide. That is a shock right there.
Couple of shockers in this 4th run.
I feel like Keegan was just looking so far ahead in that run, he wasn't really focusing on the trick at hand.
He was thinking about his 10th trick when he should have been
Absolutely.
thinking about his 3rd trick. Well, this is kind of wild. For the 4th run, Pedro Barros with a 5.23, Sorgente with a 6.8. We're talking world champions there. Scores not even in the double digits. Now Keegan Palmer drops a 32. These are not scores indicative of how good these guys actually skate, but that shows you the level and the pressure that these guys are under. Here goes Roman Pabich from Ocean City, Maryland. He has a win earlier from the season in Shanghai, China. And he's got 28 seconds left so far. Looking good.
This is the same run we saw last time. So I'm assuming he's going to step it up a little bit. Wow, kickflip bendy, 360. Backside 3. What's next? If we do the 540, it is the same run we saw.
Revert, layback
it's not
revert.
a revert, it's sort of a rewind.
A layback rewind, gives it up to the crowd. Roman Pabich most likely will sit on that 84.67 from his 3rd run. Of course, we'll leave that up to the judges. They put their score in. Just a bit under, 78.23. It's enough for 3rd place for now.
Again, we have a victory lap on the final run, just like we had in women's.
Ladies and gentlemen, well, I don't think it's set in yet for Corey Juneau, but guess what, Corey? You are the 2019 Vans Park Series champion from here in France. There's the smile. Corey Juneau from San Diego, California with his maiden victory, and comes at a brand new Vans Legacy Park. This is a victory lap for Corey. About time we get to see this kid win a Vans Park Series event.
It's awesome. And here's why, just the ease of these tricks. He's going for something hard here. Oh, going for the signature huge frontside flip. And that's what we know about Corey.
Well, deja vu.
He makes the hardest things look easy.
From the women's final, where we saw our champion get it on the 3rd run. And there you have it, Corey Juneau, representing San Diego, California. He is a Vans Park Series Tour veteran, and we've just witnessed Corey's first win on the Vans Park Series. Let's go down to the deck. Chris Pastras is waiting with a hyped Corey Juneau.
Yeah, Corey. Corey, you've been traveling the globe with us for years with Vans Park Series. Congratulations on your first ever win here. Describe what you're feeling, brother.
I don't know, it just doesn't feel real. It's just so unbelievable. I'm just stoked to be skating with all my friends. Like, I'm beyond happy. Like, I don't know, I can't even think right now. It's crazy.
How much are you feeding off the homies who just tackled you?
I don't know, Vincent, he's a Loke, one of my best friends, so it's so sick to watch him get up there right before me and watch him skate. He made it his shit. I don't know, it's just so sick to watch everyone and skate with all the boys.
And you seem so relaxed in your runs. What's the secret to that, my man?
I don't know, I have more adrenaline going right now than when I was skating.
Well, enjoy that win. Yes, we are super stoked. Corey Juneau, 2019 Vans Park Series stop number 4 winner. Yeah, Corey.
Well, all I can say is watch out, Paris. Corey Juneau has a big check in his pocket. He's got his group of best friends with him. The night is about to be alive as Corey Juneau is about to hit the City of Lights in a big way. A huge victory here in Paris for Corey Juneau, an 86.60. What was the difference between Corey Juneau and the rest of the field that got him that win?
Difficulty. I mean, the idea that Corey is doing these tricks that no one else wants to mess with, especially like back lip to revert around the corner, tail slides for days, frontside board slides, and then also his nose blunts, like all that added up, and that's why. I mean, he squeaked past Vincent, who had all the lines, but his difficulty is what put him over the edge.
We're always hyped when our host country has representation in the finals and, of course, in the top 3. Vincent Matheron, you picked him. He's your buddy. Tell us why he got second place in this contest.
He's got the lines. He knows how to use all of these different features, and then at the very end, used what we are loosely considering a spine with the big Vans logo. And, I mean, that's what he's used to coming from Marseille, and he really showed that he can take any park and make it something new.
Well, it's not just the tricks you do, it's how you do them. And if you want to get out a pencil and take some notes as to how to do tricks, watch this right here. Corey Juneau with an incredible display of silky smooth, super stylish skateboarding, and of course doing incredibly difficult tricks and making them look so easy.
Yeah, I mean, just getting point A to point B right here, nose grind over the channel, and then off the hip to a nose blunt. Even his backside ollies are just to get speed, but it's a trick in itself.
I like the tricks that he chooses to do. You know, the front board, he does them extra long. The back tail, he slides them extra far. Really, I mean, the judges have spoken earlier in the year saying they want to see you do your tricks fast, far, and high. And Corey just basically checked off all the boxes there in his final run.
And apparently they want you to make him look easy like he does.
Exactly.
That back lip around the corner. I mean, no one's even doing backside lip slides here.
And that was the front side flip we wanted to see. I mean, please, more of that.
We know that he squatted. We know he put his hands down. He was looking for his glasses. He lost them there somewhere on the flat.
It's a contest mate. It's a contest
but he made it.
And that's fine.
It worked.
So Corey Juneau is your champion from here at this brand new skate park in Chelles, France. And I'll tell you, that's the blueprint, right? So when we bring the best park skaters in the world to a brand new skate park, it's a great way to kick things off. And now we're going to release this park not only to the Thrasher Magazine Best Trick Contest, but then to the waiting world. Not just for skaters here in Paris, but for skaters around the globe. This should be a destination for all of you to come skate. The city of Paris, incredible street skating, of course, Marseille, and now this park. So you got a whole country to skate around. And if you do come to Europe, if you do come to France, come to this park because it is insanely fun.
And you just saw how to use it
to
its fullest extent. So
there's your blueprint.
Good luck emulating any of those tricks you just saw.
So this park now, of course, goes to the locals, and we're excited to say that this is one of many Vans Park Series legacy parks that were built and will be left. We've got a new one coming up in Salt Lake City. That's actually, the concrete is probably being poured as well. Maybe not. It's the middle of the night there. It'll start being poured again tomorrow.
It's curing
morning.
right now.
It's curing.
Yeah, there you go.
That's going to be another perfect skate park. Sao Paulo, Brazil has a Vans legacy park. So all over the world, we're seeing these parks be built, and what's going to be the result? Better skateboarding. So as we head into the World Championships in Salt Lake City, the conversation has been around our tour challengers And these are skaters that have made a huge statement. You got to give it up to Luis Francisco. I mean, his consistency completely paying off. He got a third, a second, and a fourth. He gets an 8th place here, which is a low result for him. But him, Tristan Rennie, and now Vincent Matheron right there in the top 3.
Well,
for
as
your
you can
tour
see,
challengers.
half the battle is just showing up to all the events, because that's how you're going to accumulate the most points, and that's how you're definitely getting into Salt Lake to qualify.
So Carl Berglund and Keegan Palmer right there in 4th and 5th place. I'm surprised for Keegan Palmer. You know, he got a 5th at the beginning of the year, drops a 6th here. If he would have one more result, which we know he would have gotten if he chose to compete in those last 3 events, he would be right there at the top of the list.
Yeah.
Well, a part that I love of Vans Park Series is being introduced to some new names in skateboarding, guys that you see on that Challenger board there. So what we just witnessed was just pure destruction of an indestructible park. So don't worry, it's going to be here for a long time. Let's take a look back at some of the highlights that we just saw in the finals. Our top 8, really, you know, there were some erratic scores coming through. We saw 5s, we saw 80-plus runs. So a pretty wild showing from our top 8 there. And here's Corey Juneau, of course. I mean, I could watch this all day.
Yeah, I mean, just the ease right there, going off the logo with the pivot. And then here's Keegan blasting as if he's on a vert ramp. Same goes for Tristan. Huge alley-oop. And then this nose bash over the logo was unheard of.
Alex Sorgente. You know, a rare non-podium finish for Sorgente, a world champion. Roman Pavic was right there in the conversation towards the end of the finals. I like how, you know, consistent, how improved Roman's gotten in the past couple years on Park Series.
Right there, a rare Pedro Barros bailing all 4 runs.
Vincent Matheron. So from here in Paris, we all are going to be heading, we're going to be bringing this traveling skateboarding circus to Salt Lake City, coming up for the World Championships. Whoa, the skate fan in me is kind of freaking out right now. This lineup is heavy. Jeff Grosso, Jeff Rowley, Tony Hawk, thank you guys for joining us here on Time Out with Jeff Grosso. So as we kick this thing off, let's just start by saying congratulations, Jeff Rowley, 20 years with Vans, and we just saw a quick snippet of Take It Back, a video part that I know you give yourself 100% to all the video parts you film, but I think this one is a display of you really going to the next level. It's incredible.
I mean, we filmed it in 12 months. It's myself, Pedro Barros, Ronnie Sandoval, and like you said, I've been riding for the brand for over 20 years, and we wanted to make a skate video for them, and we knocked it out. Proud of it. Plays tonight in Paris, and premieres on Monday on Thrasher.
You should be incredibly proud, and I think skateboarders around the world are going to help celebrate by
saw a lot
watching
of
it.
blood from that. Every once in a while, you just see an Instagram post of Jeff's hands bloody, like, yep, still working on this part.
Yep. It took a year to make. That's why we hammered it all in there. No, it's been a tough year, right, for skateboarding in general. And, like,
totally.
You know, so we did everything we could. It was just myself, Ronnie, and Pedro, 3 dudes that just give it everything in general, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what you see. When 3 guys are like that, we bleed.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, obviously the Vans team runs deep. You had an incredible mix of skaters you could have drawn from to pick to take on these trips. Why Pedro and Ronnie?
Same energy, same approach. If I could skate DIY, I'd want to skate like Ronnie Sandoval. If I could skate big transition, I'd want to skate like Pedro Barros.
Hell yeah. Solid picks there. Have you seen the part yet?
Yes.
Yes, and your review?
It's fucking insane.
There's your review right there. Write it down. Take notes.
Yeah.
So for you guys, I know longtime Vans riders, and look, I don't want to get all like marketing weird here, but this is a company. Steve Van Doren's on the deck. This is a company. These are people that give their all to skateboarding. And it is truly a special group that does this. So why don't you guys just tell us, you know, what this company means to you and what they do for skateboarding. Let the people know what you think.
Vans has single-handedly been propping up skateboarding in one way, shape, or form since the dawn of skateboarding. And for that, I'm eternally grateful, and I think everybody is. Yeah, you know, they've put on events when nobody would put on events. They've put their money where their mouth is when nobody else would. You know, they discovered early on that they had something in skateboarding, and they believed in us when nobody else did.
Yeah,
and it's awesome.
Steve Van Doren's the biggest supporter of professional skateboarders, right? His whole life.
Yep.
Like he puts everything into that since day one. Man of his word. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I know, I mean, you're literally risking your life to put these videos together to celebrate this. I mean, right here, the Waffle Soul. This is it right here. That's a tool that you guys use.
Well, you know what, Chris? Grip is actually everything.
Grip is everything.
Yeah, grip is everything.
It's not. I didn't make that one up.
Yeah.
All right, so I know you're all going to watch the upcoming Jeff Rowley part. Take It Back. That is going to, well, it premieres if you're in Paris. Come out to the premiere tonight, but that'll be on Thrasher Magazine on Monday. Let's talk about the contest we just saw. Some wild results there. We saw skaters dropping 70s and then 5s. So a really kind of erratic score line for all of our skaters. But, I mean, you got to give it up to the guys that we knew were going to make the finals. Pedro Barros squeaked in from yesterday. Alex Sorgente, usually super consistent. But then you go to that leaderboard. I mean, the top 3 skateboarders that we saw right there, again, it was a tough one to call with a park that is kind of different than we've seen. So was that the top 3 that you expected?
For the most part, yeah. First of all, I'm a moron, and I was pulling Carl earlier, and he wasn't even in the contest.
That's fine. He's really good.
Yesterday, the semifinals were amazing, and I'm sorry you at home didn't get a chance to see it. We had rain, and it was unusual circumstances, and everybody ripped. Ronnie Sandoval was amazing. Rainey Barras, Cedric Pabich, a whole bunch of people. Carl. Were skating just above and beyond, and they didn't make it through because the field is that intense. And for the most part, though, yeah, Corey was pulling away. When Corey's on, and nobody skates like Corey, man. He's just that much better than everybody else. Yeah. It's just a matter of him being able to stay on it, and
he makes it look so damn easy, too. I mean, he's doing tricks that are, all tricks that if you fall doing those tricks, you're going to get hurt. I mean, every trick is either, slid far, coming through the back.
He doesn't touch his board.
It's insane.
Really technical. I think he did 3 different nose blunt variations, a couple of reverts in the same run.
Yeah.
This is the kind of course I think that if you don't pay attention, very easy to bail. Can't just do big airs and keep your speed. You still got to throw in some tech. You know what I mean? And again, keep that same speed to be able to do a good air and a technical lip trick. That's why he won.
Yeah, and creativity, of course, is king when we come to Vans Park Series events. Vincent Matheron, the skater out of Marseille, I mean, he was literally born to skate that park. And you can tell he just has a different approach when he comes to a park like this.
He does. Well, a lot of these guys, they have this vert approach where the big walls, that's the vert wall for them. That's the 540 wall. Yeah. Vincent doesn't play favorites like that. He's going to do all those tricks on the smallest walls because that's all he has in Marseille. And that's his comfort zone, so it showed.
Yeah. And he's getting stronger and stronger, right?
Yeah.
As time goes by, he's learning, getting higher and higher, faster, so it's awesome to see.
Vincent's approach was amazing.
Super
really
fun
good
to watch. I mean, anyone in the finals, I look at them and I go, I want to skate like that guy. And then the next guy goes and I go, I want to skate like that guy. I want to skate like all of them. The Thrasher Magazine Best Trick is going on behind us. And of course, this is going to be, again, so we saw the contest runs and kind of the serious approach, but now it's kind of like the party starts, right? And this is where, when you're watching from all over the world, you're going to start to see now what this park is really, capable of providing for skateboarders.
I want to see somebody kickflip over the logo.
Yes.
I want to see somebody kickflip without grabbing it over the Vans
You
logo.
guys can ask for tricks from the deck. That's
Wooten
fine.
was talking about hippie jumping through it between the A and the N.
Like a half kickflip.
Yeah. I don't think the board will fit through, but
Yeah,
he's convinced it will.
I don't know a lot about math, but that doesn't look like it adds up.
I don't think Jake fucks with math. Okay.
Oh, that's true. Well, maybe that's okay.
So we've talked about it throughout this year, these Vans Legacy parks. And this park right here, again, it's for you. It's for you, skateboarders. Make the journey to Paris right here. We're right on the outskirts of one of the best cities on the planet. And if you come to this country, you have to come to this park. This went on yesterday in a crazy, fun, heated session that kept going on into the night. Curran Caples right there. Again, that was kind of setting the mark for best trick. So on behalf of this incredible group of skateboarders, we're going to go down to another amazing group that's about to set this place ablaze. Chris Pastors is on the deck for the Thrasher Magazine Best Trick Contest. Let's go.
All right, welcome back, web viewers. We are about 5 minutes into our Thrasher Best Trick competition. It's been a 20-minute jam. As I said, we're 5 minutes into it, and the skaters have the use of the entire park. They can fly anywhere they want. Use that Van centerpiece, hips, the big walls, whatever they...
That's good. That's sick.
You hear the crowd getting live. I know they've already handed out the cash to Jake Wooten, and I know that, Josh Borden got a few $100 as well. It's $2,500, and my man Tim O'Connor and the legend Christian Hosoi are handing out that $2,500 to whoever they see fit and calling it as they see it. And we're gonna send it to the legends, Tim O'Connor and Christian Hosoi. Take it away. It's gonna be a great best trick. Yeah, brothers and sisters.
He might do it. Yeah, look out over there if you're walking by. Oh, Jordan Thackeray.
Watch out, Alex Argenta is coming in hot.
Alex Argenta. Oh my God! Whoa! Whoa! What? You spaz. That is psycho. Jake Wooten, I think he was going for a kickflip back lip attempt over the channel. Chris Gregson, frontside flip, lip slide, revert. Yeah, Chris, we obviously got money for you over here in the deep end. Chris Gregson, deep end. Wow. That was impressive. Yeah, Chris. Oh my God, Wooten. Yeah, Josh Borden coming close.
Jake Wooten, if you make that, that's going to be insane.
Oh, lui aussi va jouer.
Here we go. This is insane right here, right here.
Watch out, Jake Wooten. Watch out, mon Jake. Attention, Jake. Fake it, fake it.
Wow.
Dude, no hand is 720? Holy. Mick Tennessee.
I want to see Luis do the nose grind off over this.
Oh, he's got that.
hip.
He's coming full speed.
Here we go. Jake Wooten. Oh, man. Here we go.
Oh, my.
Go faster.
Wow.
Go faster. Go faster. Oh. I think Jaime's got it. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Warm up.
Oh, my. Go 720.
Attention, Jaime.
I'll put money that Jaime makes that right now. Oh, yeah. I would actually. Come on, Alex. You got this. Oh! I know he's going to make it now. That's a guarantee. Oh! Hey, I don't know how much money I would have made, but I would have made it. Woo, the Spaniard comes through. Come on, France, give it up. Let's hear it. That was insane. Hey. Wow. I knew you would do it. I knew you would do it.
The Conquistador.
Here we go, nose grind. Oh!
I think it is the first time Jaime Mateo has not been wearing jorts. What in the... I feel like he doesn't know what he's doing until halfway through any trick ever. Kickflip Andy the fakie.
Là-haut, ça va repartir.
Here we go. Oh!
What? Incroyable!
Oh my gosh. That was insane. Alex Sargente in the house. Ollie tail stomp on the top bar. Hey. Yes, that is it right there. Come on, Alex, get your $500. This is insane. Wow. Wow, that's what's up. Bam.
Holy hell, you lunatic. Wow. Oh my God.
That's like 2 meters.
Wow.
That was just
psycho.
That could have been the ender. We could have just given all the cash on that one.
Yeah, the first attempt, I was like, I'm not so sure. Hey, Keegan Palmer, we owe you money, bud. for the kickflip Indy. The blind side kickflip Indy. Keegan, we're over in the deep end. We owe you money. There you go. I saw it.
Luis Francisco, mesdames, messieurs. Nose grind off. Oh là là! Prochain coup, prochain coup, prochain coup.
Whoa, is he going for 540?
Wow.
540 Indy.
I mean, he's going for a fakey 5.
On est sur du sacré lâcher de bidoche là.
Indy 540
Yeah.
fakey.
Yeah.
That's the attempt.
Look at that.
What?
Oh, up here. He's going to keep going.
Oh non!
I think that's like 2. That's
Il est
2.
sérieux le mec ou quoi? T'es sérieux? Attention, Luis Francisco.
Technical.
Whoa!
Jake, get over here. Luis,
Jake.
for you.
Jake.
Luis, come over here.
Wow, yeah, Jake.
I would have given Jake more. I don't know. I'm petitioning that Jake gets more money.
Yeah, Luis. Jaime.
That was insane.
Give Luis. Luis.
Oh,
got paid.
Indiara, kickflip Indy over the hip. Maybe next time. Peut-être prochain coup.
Indiara ass getting in the mix.
Oh.
Going for the big spin.
Oh, j'ai besoin d'une pause là. Oh là là.
Yeah. Jables. Josh Borden. Yeah, Jordan Thackeray.
Right. Body girl.
Jordan, we got money for you.
Jordan.
Over here at the deep end, Jordan. We got money for you.
Yeah, Jordan. Jaime, backside
Oh! Indy 540.
This guy.
C'est n'importe quoi.
Wow.
Oh my God.
What's coming next? Wow.
Wow, Jaime Mateo, the
Jaime,
human
shut up.
muscle nugget.
Jaime, come over here.
Get on up here. We're
I
going to
think-
carve some meat off you and eat some shawarma later.
What happened? Something happened over there.
Wow.
I haven't seen it.
Jaime is clocking some dollars.
What did he do? You did the big spin. Tristan did the big spin. We got you. We got loot for you. Big spin over the channel. Yeah, Tristan.
Nice one. Robin. Ah, Robin, le coup du toboggan. Allez, Rob. What? Gregson, kickflip Smith grind. Peut-être. Attention, Jaime Mateo. Fakey. Oh.
Yeah, Chris Gregson. Indy RS. I see you rolling around over there.
Aquino.
Yeah,
Ben
Indy.
Kikino.
Good to see a girl out here shredding. Any more girls want to get in here and make some money?
Robin
You're
Bolian.
definitely welcome.
Vin
Vic Aquino,
Kikino.
là-bas, transfert backsplit.
Woo!
Chris
The
Gregson.
human cannonball out of that back Smith. What the? Jordan Thackeray, the twitching Brit.
A naughty 180.
Oh
Here we
my
go.
God!
Wow.
Holy!
Suicide drop.
That dude's got bills to pay, I guess.
Jaime, you are incredible.
Rent is
You don't
due.
even look. You just go.
Oh, V, get it. Attention, Robin Bolian.
Rent is due. I gotta land this or die. Either way.
Oh, dommage.
I'm
Late
good.
Gregson, flip Smith grind.
Oh my
What?
God! How are you? What the?
Jaime Mateo est en train de
I
dépouiller
mean,
la
look
banque.
at that.
C'est un véritable braquage
Wow,
de
Jaime.
banque de la part de l'Espagnol.
I think he's got the most
What
money.
the hell? Voulez-vous de bear? I don't even know what I'm saying.
C'est
Something
n'importe
about
quoi.
butter.
Yeah, Rob, let's shove it.
That gets nothing.
There it
That
is.
was
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, Flip
Jackson
Smith.
just pulled it.
You checked
Big
every
flip
ounce
Smith.
of that deck. Oh my God, he was trying to nollie big spin in.
Got to kick Chris some cash.
Vic Aquino qui
I
s'élance.
would.
Ah, le coup de vent dans la figure. Attention à Jake, attention, Jaime, Nolly Big Spin.
Yeah.
We should probably wait for that one.
Yeah. I think
Alors que
that's one
voilà Jean.
worth the wait.
Voilà Jean Pantaleo qui clip selfish. Wow. Keegan.
Here we go.
Attention, Jaime Mateo.
We got about 1 minute left. 1 minute left in the cash for tricks. Wow. Nollie big spin attempt off.
Attention à
Uh-oh,
Robin.
Wooten's upside down. Yeah,
I think we're down to
Tristan Rennie.
seconds left.
Jordan Thackeray.
Attention, Jaime Mateo, Nolly Big Spin.
What? Whoa. Oh my, Jordan Thackeray tried back disaster, shove it off the band sign.
Jean Pantaleo qui drop. Kickflip selfish par-dessus le channel là-bas peut-être. Pas cette fois-ci. Robin Bolian. Tristan. Nope.
We're gonna end it on the last big trick. Oh my, just what on earth are you doing?
Attention, Jaime.
All right, this is it.
Jaime
We're
Mateo.
coming down to it. Oh my gosh! That is it.
Yo, that is
Looks
it.
like we got a
Shut it
tally. Wow, that was insane.
What
Jaime,
on earth?
Jaime, incredible.
Incroyable, Jaime Mateo. Nolly Big Spin drop.
Alex Sorgente, get over here, bud. Get over here.
All right, Alex.
We're gonna give the rest of the money to you as well. Alex Sorgente, get up here. We ran out of time. You want him to do it again? We need a replay. Alex Sorgente, wherever you're at, we need to give you more money. You don't have to do anything else. That is
Where
it.
is he?
That is it. We are done. That is a wrap for the Vans Park Series in France 2019. Thank you. Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Tim O'Connor. Thank you, Christian Asoy. Thank you, skateboarders, for laying it all on the line. And thank you, web viewers, for tuning in for Vans Park Series stop number 4. Paris brings it. It was an epic stop. We will see you guys September 6th and 7th in Salt Lake City for our World Championships. And stay tuned to VansParkSeries.com for highlights and details. We'll see you next time. Peace. Love.
Channel. Chris Gregson. My.